What's up, everybody? Crypto Hedge here with another very important update. I know that we are just approaching the inevitable split right now, and I wanted to get you guys updated. I'm gonna be up like all night. I have a lot of responsibilities this coming day, and so I'll be up, and I'll probably be doing a live stream either late tonight Eastern time, or I'll be doing it first thing tomorrow morning because it's gonna be pretty exciting. But there's so many things I want to talk about with you guys today, and it's just going to be incredible on some of the topics I'm going to speak about today. So hold on one second, guys. I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we're going to get started. Obviously, you guys can hear my echo right now. I need to mute this. All right, I think you guys can see my screen. I'm going to make sure that you guys can see it. All right, perfect. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna start in just a minute. I wanna gather some more people so that you guys don't miss out, because I know I started really soon last time. And I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to join in, and then we will launch off and start getting into some of this content. What's up, David? Sign in from Virginia, that's awesome. Welcome. Cobley is going on the news. We will talk about that today. He bought some Bitcoin last minute and threw it at Bittrex. Okay. Yeah, Charlie, we will be on CNBC China. I'll go over that. I have that all on the browser. So I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to join in, and then we'll get started. Dallas, Texas. Welcome, Isabel. You think we're gonna see a nice pop in Litecoin and Ethereum? Okay. Hello, Sylvia. Hello, Hemi. Hello, Troy. I do have pants on for the talk session. Things are going to start happening. Yes, everything is insane right now. People are freaking out. I'm glad I'm tuning into this live stream because why else shouldn't I? I mean, we're about to be approaching one of the most historical times in cryptocurrencies, and I'm so happy to be here. You know, with an established YouTube channel. I want to thank you guys so much for the massive support. Just my last live stream, I hit over 9,000, approaching 10,000 views on that video. I'm over 900 subscribers deep right now. It's incredible to see how fast my channel has been exploding. So I just want to thank you guys for the massive support on my channel. It's really nice to see. And if you guys could do anything, just keep spreading the word of my channel, my content to get out there. You know, there's tons of YouTubers, but I just, you know, you guys have seen my content for yourself, and I really want to help you guys out. So I'm just going to cover a lot of content in this video. As you can see, whenever I have a live stream and it says important update in the title, it's a pretty important update, just like my other videos that I have that. So we're going to get into a lot of content. Just a few more minutes. I want to gather just a few more people before we launch off and get started. I don't want anyone missing out, even though we're probably going to get a lot more traction on this live stream. In Miami, the Coke in Miami. Coke is definitely still a thing in Miami. I'm not someone that partakes in that, but yeah, definitely Miami's run by that stuff. Can you guys hear me all right? I just want to make sure, because someone just said my frequency is too low. Hello, Israel from Spain. Welcome in. It's nice to see you, Mills. It's nice to see you, Christopher from Texas. That's awesome. We've got a nice diverse group here with us today. All right, awesome, Eric. Just making sure. I'm probably a little bit too loud. I'm sure you guys are turning the volume down on me. I'm not a quiet talker. Of course, that's what we're here to do, is get rich together. I have an echo. It's probably because of the room I'm in. The flapping is happening, of course. If I do have an echo, I'm actually going to switch rooms real quick, and then I'll get started. I know we have 46 watchers right now, so we're going to get started in just a minute. Yeah, I'm sure there is an echo. This room does have an echo, so I'm just going to hop into the other room. One moment, guys. Yeah, I'm not going to show my face in this video. I was using a different live stream platform on my my other live stream that I didn't post with the intro. But I'm just going to be using Google Hangouts because it seems to not fail me ever, unlike a lot of the other live streams I've done with different platforms. So I'm just going to stick with. All right, if I didn't have an echo then, I probably really don't have an echo now because I'm in a different room that doesn't have an echo. I was in a big conference room before. I'm at the office once again. All right, so we have 52 people. If you guys haven't already, thank you guys so much for the support. If you haven't already, make sure to check out some of my other live streams. My just recent live stream has a lot of really good content. It's just going to be just like this live stream. I'm going to jam pack a ton of content into this live stream. But if you haven't already, like this video, interact in the chat box, subscribe to my channel, and definitely look at some of my other videos. So we're going to get started right now. Tons and tons of content to get at. I made a lot of notes. I've never actually made notes for a live stream, so that's actually something good. But actually, I have to go get the notes. I left them in the other room, so I'll be right back, guys. Tons and tons of stuff to talk about today. So let's get started. I'll be back in like 5 seconds. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for joining me, guys. Thank you for the massive support. My channel has just been unbelievably blowing up, and it's amazing to see. So let's get started. All right, so this morning, you guys have seen that Litecoin did take a nice stride. It went up quite a bit. Now we have seen a little bit of retracement, not so much retracement. It's still in like a bullish trend right now, but a lot of the heat is there's a lot of craziness going around right now, as you guys already know, with the inevitable split. There's a lot of people that still think the split is not going to happen, which blows my mind. There's so many things I want to get at. I mean, I always say that at the beginning of my videos, and then I end up just going into it. But we're going to look right over here real quick at the Litecoin to USD ratio. You can see there's a lot of buy-in orders right here. But earlier today, I didn't see a lot of manipulation. I know on one of my live streams, I talked about manipulation, and I've had just a very minor few people telling me that, oh, it's not manipulation. It's not manipulation. Just keep telling yourself that because it is manipulation. So earlier today, when we saw this initial surge up, it was quite beautiful to see. I was getting really excited, and I'm still very excited to see a surge like this. It's very nice to see. And this surge actually started before Bitcoin even started to take off. So Litecoin was like ahead of the game, and then Bitcoin started to rise in value. But what we're seeing right now is quite incredible because Bitcoin Cash, it's known as BCC and also BCH, depends on the exchange you're on. Some of them recognize it as BCH and some of them recognize it as BCC. I just call it BCC, it's Bitcoin Cash. But as you can see right here in the top corner, it says GDAX does not intend to support Bitcoin Cash. Right there at the top of the exchange trading platform. That's pretty crazy for anyone, not so much the experienced people, but it's pretty crazy to see that just in general. I didn't even see that the past few days. I haven't really been on GDAX. Yes, I have, but I haven't seen that. So that's pretty interesting to see. Now with GDAX, which is the exchange form of Coinbase. Coinbase is the consumer level. It's just like a platform that you can buy on your Android phone or your Apple phone or even on the computer. GDAX is more so an exchanging platform, a real exchange, if you will. So with Bitcoin Cash, I want to get over to, I have so many tabs here. I don't even know where things are. So many things to get at. Because I'm spilling the beans right now. I don't even know where my stuff is. All right. Let's get to this. All right, right here. So you can see this is a brand new post on Bitcoin.com. Bitcoin.com is a very reputable source for all Bitcoin news and just cryptocurrency news in general. As you can see, I was saying this in one of my live streams. It's nothing new. If you guys have been tuning in, you guys have heard it from me already. It's pretty obvious. Coinbase customers are suffering from delays as withdrawal period ends. Now, what that means is that people, they're going to be halting. GDAX or Coinbase, same thing. They're going to be limiting the withdrawal and deposits for Bitcoin because of this chaos, and multiple exchanges are actually doing that. And I said in one of my previous live streams, I don't know how far back it was, I said that people were freaking out because they couldn't withdraw their Bitcoin fast enough. And what I mean by that is there's withdrawal limits on how much you can withdraw. I think it's a weekly limit how much you can withdraw of Bitcoin. Now people were freaking out about that, and now people are still freaking out about that. Not only that, but they're freaking out about where the withdrawal period ends, where your Bitcoin is basically stuck. So if you haven't put it in a wallet already to secure it, or whatever you hold your Bitcoin in, cold storage, paper wallet, etc., it's going to be stuck on the GDAX platform or Coinbase platform. So that's quite alarming. But at the same time, if this withdrawal period ends, basically, what are they going to do? There's a lot of people freaking out about the split. As we can see right here, it says no chain split detected. I've been watching it throughout the entire day, and I've seen it say chain split detected multiple times. Now, a lot of this is dependent on the miners, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'll get back to that. There's so much to talk about. I'm going to be jumping all over the place. I'm like ADD, so if you guys can follow me, try to like keep up. So I was talking about the manipulation. As you guys can see, there's some fat orders in right now for Litecoin. They weren't at this level at $42 and like 20 something cents. They weren't at that level for the longest time today, which is when we were seeing this rise in price, and now all of a sudden they're here again. And this is a fat sell order. Just yesterday, I believe there was a 10,000 Litecoin sell order that got picked up. It got liquidated and bought. But as you can see, there's even more fat orders. From looking at this and this manipulation, I really couldn't tell you what it is, why it's going this way. It's kind of annoying, but it's not really something that freaks me out at all. It's kind of annoying because it basically just builds and builds and builds the resistance. And what that means is that the more that we see this, the more sell orders that we see. I know that you guys, I look at the depth chart a lot. I'm not really someone that looks at the depth chart and makes my decisions off the depth chart, but the more people that are selling, especially down here, the harder it's going to be for the influx of volume. Although it really doesn't matter if we see massive influx of volume, but it's always better to have less people selling and more people wanting to buy, especially if we want to see a new all-time high. So that's just building on the resistance, seeing these fat orders of Litecoin. It's kind of frustrating, but really at the same time, it's not. We're seeing a lot of people get into Litecoin. Back to what I was saying about the limits of withdrawal and the period ending, which is today. You won't be able to withdraw or deposit Bitcoin. So what they're doing is they're like freaking out, and if they don't want to have Bitcoin, they're either going to trade it into Ethereum or Litecoin, specifically on the GDAX platform. Obviously, there's other exchanges that you have a bunch of alternative coins you can get into, and we're going to get into alternative coins in just a quick minute because there's a lot to say on that as well. Because a lot of the stuff that's going on right now, it's really the main focus is on the top currencies, the top coins. Altcoins are kind of not relevant. They're irrelevant for this time being, for this crazy episode that we're seeing with cryptocurrencies. And I'm not saying they're entirely irrelevant. If we see different outcomes, we could see more relevance with the alternative coins. But to be quite honest, from the bottom line, and since I've been saying this from the very beginning, is that Litecoin really is the strongest, most stable cryptocurrency out of any cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin. Yes, I said it. You guys have been hearing it from me all along, and it's been making complete sense. And it's obviously been panning out the way it should have been since I've been saying that. Sorry if I'm like stuttering. There's so many things I want to talk about. I have like a bunch of notes, and it's like I'm like drawing upside down on my piece of paper. I can't even like write enough notes on it. Water break. All right, so let's go over to the chart. So basically, we saw a small candlestick go up, and then we're seeing a little bit of stabilization right there. Not so much retracement, but it really seems that we're going to take another launch higher. And I think that we're going to see more or less of this possibility happen in the next day. I'm talking like tomorrow. Whether or not I'm really that confident that we're going to see something so big so soon, let alone the fact that Charlie Lee, Mr. Cobb Lee, the man with the plan, I've been saying this all along, he posted on Twitter, and I'm sure you guys already know, but I'm going to go into depth. I'm not going to say stuff that you guys already know. But right here, you can see that he's going to be on CNBC, the Squawk Box, which I don't even know what the heck that is, in Asia, tomorrow at 5:40 p.m. Pacific time to chat about Litecoin, Bitcoin, and the SEC. So this is really important, really cool. As you can see, I have like a timer right here. It's going to be minutes. It's 5:18 p.m. Pacific time right now. 5:40 Pacific time is when he's going to be going live in Asia on the CNBC Squawk Box. You can click on this link, but I'm pretty sure I've already tried clicking on it. You can't really watch the live stream of the interview, but to my knowledge, you are going to be able to access it after it has been aired. So basically, I don't know how long it takes for them to put it back on the internet or on this website after it airs, but I will definitely be tuning in and really wanting to see what he says in that interview. A lot of people think that he's going to make announcements. Do I think he's going to make announcements? I really don't know, but in my opinion, I think that, like I said, I think we're going to have announcements on the 1st, which is tomorrow. And if it's not going to be tomorrow that we see these announcements, which I'm very keen on it happening tomorrow, simply because of this chaos. And Litecoin has a remarkable standing. It has no negative feedback, no negative notion in the community. It's really the strongest currency right now. But if there's no announcements tomorrow, we're definitely going to see massive announcements, multiple announcements, a bundle of announcements, whatever it may be. We're going to be seeing it in August, relatively the beginning of August. So everything I've said in my last live stream still stands with me today. I'm just getting more and more excited as the days go on and things just show more and more promise. So I want to get over to the Bitcoin split. I know that I'm jumping all over the place. I told you guys that some people are still hesitant and thinking that the Bitcoin split is not going to happen. There's just too much of a chance of it happening. I mean, there's only one article that I came across, and it took a lot of digging. Like, it's not even on any social media platform or anything that I could find. So I had to really dig hard to find this this article, and it basically is from the Seattle Times, which I don't know if it could get any more irrelevant than that. The Seattle Times, it's not like the New York Times. I know that it's definitely reputable, but when it comes to mainstream media talking about any type of cryptocurrency matters, I literally just shoo it off. I don't even pay attention to it because it's really just rhetoric. It's just it's obsolete. It's not important. It's inaccurate. But this is the only article I could find about the threat of a Bitcoin split avoided for now. This is the only article I've seen, and the way it's worded and everything, it just makes me think, why am I even reading this? So I just wanted to show it to you guys, just to show it to you. Like I said, this is the one and only out of any media outlet for any type of cryptocurrency matters. This is the only one I've seen. So I just want to show it to you guys. You guys can go check it out for yourself. I couldn't even finish reading it because it just sounded so far off on the wrong path. But that's that. And then I want to get over to, I'm going to be jumping all over the place, guys. Please bear with me. I'm like all over the place. But as you can see right here, Exodus is the one of the more popular wallets, desktop wallets. It has the Shapeshift exchange embedded into it so that you can exchange on the desktop wallet. Now, if you see right here, the Exodus current status right here, as of July 31st, blah, 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 there's a planned Bitcoin hard fork. During the time of Tuesday, August 1st from 12:20 a.m., you should not send Bitcoin until this is resolved. Exchanging will be disabled completely, i.e. Shapeshift. Please read Shapeshift's blog post on the hard fork. It could take 2 or 3 days before this is resolved. 2 or 3 days. I think that's going to be the case for a lot of exchanges and a lot of platforms that deal with Bitcoin, because it's really uncomfortable for big wallets, for big exchanges to take on this crazy fork, because just like GDAX, okay, let's look at GDAX. GDAX only has 3 forms of cryptocurrencies, okay? Does not have Bitcoin Cash. Now, this is the thing. I made notes. Bear with me. I'm gonna look at my notes. So Coinbase, which is the same thing as GDAX, I'll keep saying that, is not even offering access to Bitcoin Cash, and it's also not intending to support it. So no withdrawals or deposits for the Bitcoin split. I don't really know how GDAX or Coinbase is going to go about, the Bitcoin Cash disbursement. I don't know what they're going to do because the split's going to happen, and they're not planning on putting Bitcoin Cash on their exchange. So what exactly are they going to do when this happens? It's kind of confusing. They said your Bitcoin is going to be safe if it's on the exchange, but it's just confusing. I don't really understand that to the fullest extent. But and then I'm gonna get over to Ethereum. You guys already know where I stand with Ethereum. I'm really not a fan of Ethereum, although it does have a lot of media attention. There's still tons of speculation because of the recent hacks, which makes it not as much of a potential into the spotlight this coming month, August, as Litecoin. So the big top three, and Ripple, and I think it's just Ripple. Ripple is not in the top three, okay, guys? I think we've already talked about that, and it's pretty clear. But Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin are the top three. They're the top three picks. They're the most well-known cryptocurrencies. Ripple's really getting up there, but it's just not a top three, period. But Ethereum already has recent negative news just recently. Litecoin has absolutely no negative news. No, everything's positive with the Litecoin community and the platform and the fundamentals. So plus, there's a lot of things on the roadmap that need to be implemented that are actually past the due date that they said they were going to be announcing these things. So it's literally any day now we're going to be seeing some massive announcements, like Mast and some other announcements as well. But Ethereum has remained quite stagnant. We can check it out right here. We haven't seen much jumps with the Ethereum coin or whatever platform. As you can see, it's just kind of been sitting. This is all completely recent, this small little jump, but it really hasn't been showing much of a bullish trend. It hasn't had much movement, and Ethereum is more or less driven by the community right now, where it stands with the hacks and such. So that's something that I more so look at than even looking at the charts. A lot of people are saying that Ethereum is has already hit a nice bottom. So we might see a nice bullish trend with Ethereum. But what I'm trying to get at is that Litecoin has just tons and tons of more potential than Ethereum on this next big run. We're going to have a big run coming up. Which coins are going to be involved most heavily? I think personally it's going to be Litecoin. And I think in the end game, where I stand right now, although the split is right around the corner, I think that Bitcoin is going to survive. Like Bitcoin, the original Bitcoin, it's going to survive, and it's going to get a large influx of volume. But I think the split is inevitable, and Bitcoin Cash or BCC, BCH, whatever, is going to become a thing. Now, many people think that Bitcoin Cash is going to be free money. Like they think that, oh, I'm just going to hold on to my Bitcoin, and I'm just going to, sell my BCC, my Bitcoin Cash, and I'm going to buy Bitcoin with it. But the thing is, so many people want to sell their Bitcoin Cash, and there's not going to be that many buyers. It's kind of delusional. I don't know what people are thinking, that they're just going to get this free money and they're going to sell it and they're going to buy Bitcoin with it. It just doesn't click with me, because there's going to be so many sell orders. It's just going to drop to the bottom like there's no tomorrow. So the people that think that there's going to be free money or whatever, I just don't advise that at all. And I think that's insane to even think that. I think that with the notion around Bitcoin Cash right now, I think it's going to drop to the floor quite rapidly, because there's going to be so many sell orders, and there's not going to obviously be enough buy orders. And I don't really think Bitcoin Cash is going to actually become a thing. And I'm going to get over to, I'm jumping all over the place. You guys are just going to have to bear with me. I keep saying that, but I'm going to jump over to something real quick with the Head and Shoulders. Yeah, you can see this isn't my actual coinage that I use. My actual coinage that I use is separate from this, but it's just for security purposes. Right here, you can see the Head and Shoulders fail. We're already past that point of the finishing development of the Head and Shoulders. Isn't that amazing to see? It is good stuff to see. You can see that it didn't finish off. There's a very thin candlestick showing where it started off, and then it went up. So it's pretty interesting to see. That's good news. I was never really keen on the Head and Shoulders position or formation to begin with, and you guys kind of knew that. I didn't really look at this as an actual thing, more so looking at trends at the current moment. But that's nice to see that we did not really fall into that trap. We're already past that trap. So hopefully we see great things, like I've been saying, and we're already seeing great things. So let that stand. So if we look here, we can see that it is basically bouncing on this support level right now, right here. And it is not really going anywhere. I think that we're just seeing some stabilization as of now. And I think that it's really a toss-up in the air on where things are going to go in the immediate future, very soon, the next 24 hours. So we could see anything happen, but I'm extremely bullish on Litecoin at the current moment because of all of the crazy chaos surrounding Bitcoin and the confusion. People are getting out of the crypto space strictly because of Bitcoin right now. It's a very hostile community. I've been saying this all along. As you can see, the resistance levels that we need to cross. In my opinion, I think we're looking fantastic. The split is going to be happening very soon, and I'm going to be tuning in. I told you guys at the beginning of this live stream, as people were tuning in to the live stream, that I'm going to be probably doing a live stream either late tonight or early tomorrow morning to see where things go. And if you guys haven't already, you guys can look at this website. It's basically a live stream of the chain split. So it's btcforkmonitor.info. So if you guys want to check that out, you guys can watch it, look at it. I don't know what you want to do with it. You guys can do whatever you want with it. I'll probably be looking at it, but I already have just too much of a good feeling that the Bitcoin split is inevitable, and we can just go ahead and close out of this this tab because it's just obsolete. It's really not anything that I'm looking at. I've already told you that. So Exodus wallet shut down, and I want to get over to this. Eric Voorhees. He's a big face in the cryptocurrency community, but also the Bitcoin community as well. You can see that he's the CEO of Shapeshift, and right here you can see we'll be turning off all trading later today in anticipation of the Bitcoin hard fork. Get your trades done ASAP. So, and we can also look down here. Oh, right here. So this is Eric Voorhees. He's a big face in the community, kind of like Charlie Lee, but I couldn't even compare him to Charlie Lee. I'd more so compare him to Vitalik Buterin. Charlie Lee's like his own independent man. But right here you can see, I will be dumping BCC as fast as I can. SegWit 2x has overwhelming support, and I stand by my commitment to it. So there it is again, Charlie Lee and Eric Voorhees talking about Bitcoin Cash. Now, I'm going to talk about some more speculation. There's so much crap I wanted to go over. All right, so I'm going to talk about scenarios with the Bitcoin split, if the split doesn't happen, which I just find very, very unlikely, and what will happen to Litecoin if Bitcoin Cash does become established and a thing. I'm going to take a water break real quick, guys. Hold on. All right, so if Bitcoin was to not split, that's actually fantastic news for Litecoin because a lot of people, there's three groups, okay? Let's go over the three groups of people, the three pools of people that have these independent ideas of what's going to happen. So some people think that Bitcoin is not going to split. Some people think Bitcoin Cash is going to die a painful death when the split does happen. And then there's people that think that Bitcoin Cash is going to kill Litecoin and deem it useless. Those are three very big pools of people, and not so much as big as the Bitcoin Cash kills Litecoin. And we'll get really deep into that because I want to talk about why that is just absolutely crazy. I'm going to check the chat box real quick. I'm not going to read too much into it because I have so many things I want to go over, but I just want to see all the people we got tuning in today. We got 165 people watching right now. Thank you so much. Hey, Bitman. Bitman is in the chat box. I want to shout out to Bitman real quick. He made an awesome intro for me. Unbelievable intro. It's custom. I've shown it to you guys already. Thank you so much, Bitman. I've tried to message you on YouTube, on the YouTube Messenger, trying to let you know that I want to tip you for the works that you've done. So please message me. Maybe your transaction address. or whatever the address for Litecoin, and I will send you a tip because I think it's amazing. Thank you so much for doing that for me. I'm just so grateful because I've seen so many other people, other YouTubers with cryptocurrency or whatever intros, and yours has just been so cool. It's so custom. It's like it shows the candlesticks and everything. It's really cool. But thank you so much, Bitman. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna get back on track with the Bitcoin Cash. All right, so like I was saying, people think that Bitcoin Cash is going to deem Litecoin useless, and I will tell you right now, and a lot of this stuff I'm about to say is the same stuff I've been saying since I made this YouTube channel 2 months ago. But let's just go over the actual facts. So Litecoin has a long, stable, and safe history. It has no negative remarks on the platform and the community whatsoever. No failed wallets, etc., especially in these rough times. It has great developers without one bad remark. It is one of the very first cryptocurrencies, which is Litecoin. Charlie Lee has been around before Litecoin. He actually built a fork of a currency that was before Litecoin was even established. They have a great team behind them. Huge roadmap ahead, like unbelievable roadmap. It makes Bitcoin look ridiculously dumb. That's how much Litecoin has on the roadmap and all the things that it's already blossomed. People have even said that Litecoin is the test bed for Bitcoin. And it's incredible that people are even recognizing it that, because what that tells me is that Litecoin is establishing and implementing things that Bitcoin doesn't even have and Bitcoin really actually needs. So that makes so much more importance towards Litecoin. And also, Litecoin really hasn't had much shine, hasn't had much, face into the spotlight this year, or really, honestly, ever. It hasn't really had much spotlight. So the community is very calm and collective. I'm not sure if you guys are on the subreddit for Litecoin. It's just really, it's amazing to see. And also, Litecoin is known as the silver to Bitcoin's gold. Now, people are talking about Bitcoin Cash. Now we need to make something clear and simple. What is Bitcoin Cash? Bitcoin Cash is a fork of Bitcoin to be faster and to be what it really actually needs to be. But the thing is, it's lacking SegWit, does not have SegWit. I personally think it's a total test bed. I think it has absolutely no reputation. You know, this is the thing. It's a brand new coin. It's not like it's Litecoin where it's been around for years, almost as long as Bitcoin. This Bitcoin Cash is brand new. Yes, you can compare it to Ethereum and the Ethereum fork, which would be Ethereum Classic, but that's completely different. We're talking the biggest cryptocurrency in the world. I'm talking Bitcoin. This is the leader of all packs. And do you think people are really not going to be optimistic and, double check and think, double guess, Bitcoin Cash actually becoming a thing? Bitcoin Cash has way too much room for failure. Okay, being a new established coin, it has so much room for failure. It has not had the balance and stability and strength and security that we have seen with what would really be and really is silver to Bitcoin, which is Litecoin. It makes complete sense. Why would someone choose Bitcoin Cash? Which is why most people, the biggest pool of people, are saying that they're going to dump Bitcoin Cash like there's no tomorrow. And actually, most people are actually, smart money at least, is not even invested in Bitcoin right now because they're waiting until after the fork. They'd rather have a smaller quantity of Bitcoin than to face a crazy, chaotic vulnerability aspect. So that's where I stand with Litecoin. And I've been saying this all along. It makes complete sense. Litecoin has shown its strength, it's shown its stability, it's shown everything that is greatness, and Bitcoin Cash is just irrelevant, honestly. It's like this new thing. It's made it into the media spotlight. Yes, it has made it into the media spotlight, but why has it? Because of the fork, number one, and number two is because Bitcoin is the biggest coin. Bitcoin Cash would be obviously the fork. So it has no reputation, has tons and tons of room for failure. It's basically a test bed right now. It's a launching test bed. And yeah, it's just brand new. It does not have SegWit. I personally think, you want to know my crazy outright opinion, which is basically factual if you look at what I'm trying to say, is I think Bitcoin Cash is a wannabe Litecoin. And I've been saying this all along. Nothing is going to take out Litecoin. It really is not. And of course, we're going to be watching it very closely these next few days. And I'm going to be doing live streams because we're in the most important times in cryptocurrencies. But how could someone really actually say? It just screams ignorance to me, kind of bothers me, because there's a lot of ignorance in the cryptocurrency community as a whole. And like I said, there's a lot of vulnerable people. So they listen to anything and everything. Oh, yeah, this guy said this on Reddit, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to believe them. So there's a lot of ignorance in the community, which is sad. But at the same time, there's also not enough people teaching and trying to educate the people about what the truth is, what you should really be looking at. And that's what I'm also trying to do on my channel, is to get people to really understand the truth, the facts, what you should really be following. Don't follow nonsense. But yeah, in my personal opinion, I think Bitcoin Cash is a total wannabe of Litecoin. It doesn't have SegWit. It has no, I've already said everything. Let's move forward. So yeah, it's basically gaining media attention from BTC, but I personally think that's not going to be for long. I think that we're going to see a sad crash of Bitcoin Cash. And this is another thing I'll get to in a minute. Hold on, my mind is going crazy. So let's talk about what should we talk about next? So this is one of the biggest things with Litecoin, and I haven't really discussed this, but I've kind of given the notion of it. Litecoin is not worried about competitors. That's their last worry, because they are the competitor. Okay, people think that, oh yeah, BCC is a competitor to Litecoin. Are you outright out of your mind? Really? Is someone actually going to say that? Because Litecoin has been around, and Litecoin doesn't care about competition. They're the ones that's making the cryptocurrency space, at least Bitcoin, what it really is today. Litecoin has been, that's why people are saying Litecoin is the test bed for Bitcoin. Litecoin is the crap. It is the SHIT. It is the stuff, because of everything that they're developing. And what Litecoin's biggest thing that they're focused on is not competition, but technology and development. And in the end, because of those two things, technology and development being their main focuses, I see a total winner. And like I said, guys, I'm not so much a trader, although I do trade, which would be altcoins. I'm an investor in Litecoin. So I'm investing in Litecoin for the long haul. I'm not investing into Litecoin because, oh my gosh, I'm going to freak out, or I'm going to trade it, or I'm going to sell it and get out of it completely. I'm here for the long haul, and I look at it as the best investment opportunity, especially from everything that I've been saying. And back to Ethereum. Ethereum has just basically been frozen. I know people give me hate on my videos, not a lot, but a lot of people disagree with where I stand on Ethereum and why I don't like it. I think that Ethereum is also actually a coin that has competition. Okay, Litecoin, you'd be out of your mind to think Litecoin has competition, but Ethereum, I think that there's very well the ability and the chance of it having competition. And there's multiple competitors out there that are rising quite high on the charts at the current moment, that could be great competitors to Ethereum. Ethereum already forked, and we're having a lot of issues on the platform. And it's kind of confusing, and they have the ICOs, all this shenanigans and chaos. It's like almost worse than Bitcoin, and Bitcoin I thought was the worst to be, surrounded by with their community right now. The community sucks right now for them. It's terrible to see. And I'm, like I said, I know I haven't told you guys yet, I am not in Bitcoin right now. Do I plan on getting into Bitcoin? Yes, once I'm trying to be smart with my investment on Bitcoin. I'm not just going to jump into Bitcoin, not until, especially after August 1st. I want to see where things go. If the split actually happens, which I'm very keen on that happening, I think it's 100% inevitable. But I'm holding off on my investment in Bitcoin for the current moment. And yeah, we can see it went up. It's going up. It's uptrending, not rapidly, but it was at 2,700 this morning, and it has uptrended to around 2,800. But I'm really not too keen on Bitcoin until after the fact, especially after the next few days. I think I'll probably take a second look at it in a week from now. But Litecoin, man. Oh, there's so much more I have to say. I really need a water break. You guys got to give me like a commercial break real quick. I'm going to check the chat box. Stay tuned, guys. This is like, we're only halfway through everything that I want to talk about. I just need to get a water break. I see, Eric, you're saying don't let the FUD win. Keep a small and sensible investment in Bitcoin. I see where you're coming from, but at the same time, I think that the thing is, Bitcoin still has tons of potential. Okay, Bitcoin. I was saying in previous live streams, I was saying that Litecoin could potentially completely wipe out Bitcoin and be the next actual big cryptocurrency. Is there still probable chance of that happening? It's still there, whether you want to believe it or not. I mean, it's still there, but it's very unlikely. That would be a huge stretch for me to say, oh yeah, Litecoin is going to completely replace Bitcoin. That would be crazy for me to say that. We need to be more realistic. So that's good. Yes, Victor, it's always good to diversify. I'm very keen on anyone diversifying. At the current moment, I'm just very comfortable for where I am. And like I said, guys, I have a lot of fiat to put into cryptocurrencies that I've been holding off on because I'm trying to be smart with my money because I'm more so an investor than a daily trader. But it's always good to have a diversification. I'm gonna look at the chat box real quick. I have so many more things that we need to talk about. Yeah, the legit coins. Monero is definitely a legit coin. I know that it's not on the top 3, but Litecoin and Bitcoin were not created for anonymity. They were created for a currency, like a currency that a lot of people think that's going to replace fiat. Okay, that's what Bitcoin and Litecoin are. And even though Bitcoin is still used as on the dark web for drugs or whatever, it's the most utilized transaction coin. Sorry if I'm not making sense. I'm like talking way too fast. But so Bitcoin and Litecoin were not made for anonymity. Monero has extremely good fundamentals and development and technology to really keep that anonymity so that you can actually spend it with it being untraceable. So that's not Litecoin's goal. Although MAST, M-A-S-T, is going to integrate a better sense of security and I guess anonymity, but it's really not a coin to be looking at in any way if you're going to be using it for that or investing in it for that. So that's why I'm really growing a lot of love for Monero. And I know I told you guys that alternative coins are quite irrelevant at the moment. They really are quite irrelevant. We really have to watch closely. I'm actually not really in many altcoins at the moment. I do have some altcoins that I bought way lower than the prices that they're at right now, that I have my stop loss orders in already, of course. But I think that at this certain point in time, and a lot of the media attention and chaos is surrounded by the top 3, like I've been saying. It's not, the altcoins are irrelevant until we see the dust settle with Bitcoin. Okay, guys? All right, so moving forward. So we've covered the Bitcoin. No, we've talked about the Bitcoin Cash, how it can't kill Litecoin, and that's obscene to even think that. So let's talk about Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin. So let's say the split does happen and Bitcoin Cash actually does become a thing. There's multiple exchanges, obviously. I'm sure you guys know that there's multiple exchanges that aren't even going to be considering or supporting Bitcoin Cash. So a lot of people, like I said, think it's going to be free money. I think that they're out of mind. Would you really risk the opportunity or the ability to even get that free money? Because there's a bigger notion of it just selling like crazy and dropping to the floor. There's not going to be enough people buying it. So let's say Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin become a thing from this split that's going to happen. So let's say Bitcoin Cash dies and we're left with Bitcoin once again. I think Bitcoin is just way too big, and I think that people don't care about the block issues and the problems with the fees and the lengthy times of transactions. I think people could care less about that, and more so to the fact that it is the most established cryptocurrency. It is the most important cryptocurrency. So let's say Bitcoin Cash dies, and then Bitcoin still stands and runs first place, which is what I'm personally thinking is going to happen. And I was already talking about, if there's no split, Litecoin is still going to be silver to Bitcoin. It's still going to be extremely important, extremely important. But if Bitcoin Cash dies and we're only left with Bitcoin once again from this split, and we already see that Ethereum's fork was Ethereum Classic, and Ethereum Classic is a fraction of the price of Ethereum, especially when we saw its last all-time high. So with that, given that, and I think Bitcoin Cash, there's even a bigger notion, obviously, that it's going to die and people hate it, blah, blah, blah. What does that mean for Litecoin? It basically means the same thing, if not better, than if there was no split at all. Okay? So there's 2 against 1 right there. There's the small group of people that think Bitcoin Cash is going to kill Litecoin. Wow, there's a gaining amount of people. We think that there's a small group of people that think Bitcoin Cash is going to kill Litecoin. Absurd. We've already went over that. Now, the other 2 groups are Bitcoin Cash dying after the split, or Bitcoin just not having a split at all. And if those 2 things happen, that just totally overwhelms me with excitement already that Litecoin is still going to stand in the position it's in and grow substantially, especially with the announcements to come, guys. You guys have heard it from me all along. So let's get back to some more stuff. I really got to track my my notes here. All right, yeah, with the altcoin investments, I want to touch base with altcoins. We can go over to Bittrex real quick. There really hasn't been much movement. I know someone was talking about Digibyte to me. There was a couple comments, not really a couple comments, really just like 2 comments. Well, that is a couple, but that people think that Digibyte's going to be like the end all currency. I'm sorry, but that's just not in my books. I don't even have that in my mindset, not even a little bit. I think that Digibyte is, if anything, just another altcoin, and it's not in my top picks for various reasons. And one of them is, number one, a lot of people think it's a pump and dump. Number 2 is the developers. Okay, the developers are a huge thing for any type of cryptocurrency, for any coin, and I'm pretty sure that Digibyte has not been doing anything substantial to even gain attention, let alone the fact that many people already know, and it's been rumored and let out. The cat has been let out of the box or whatever. Pandora has came out of the box, and Digibyte's developers like boycotted Digibyte. So I really could not talk about Digibyte, where I stand. Maybe I'll talk about it in the future, and I've also been seeing a lot of YouTube videos about how, like, just crappy YouTube videos. I hate to say crappy YouTube videos, but that's what they are, of like people advocating Digibyte like it's the next big thing. And they're like talking about how it's faster, it's the fastest currency, et cetera, et cetera. I'm just not seeing it at all. If you want to hold Digibyte, by all means, do you. But and I also said in one of my comments in one of my videos, let's stop talking about Digibyte. People want to know more about why I support my top picks. I'm going to be publishing videos, individual videos per top pick. So I'm going to be doing one on Coin. I'm going to be doing one on Syscoin. I'm going to be doing one on Lisk and shares. I'm going to be doing individual videos in depth, in detail on why I like these top picks of mine. What makes me invested in them, what makes me trade them, et cetera, et cetera. So make sure that you guys stay tuned for those. They're going to be coming up in the next few weeks. I'm going to be doing individual videos. So that's good stuff to stay tuned for. Very in depth. And I also want to say something else, because this has been bothering me. You know, I'm someone that loves YouTube. I like going on YouTube. I love searching, and there's a lot of good content on YouTube. But please, guys, be wary and be wise on who you follow on YouTube and who you're going to look up to and take information from. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm here to educate you guys and give you guys a better understanding, especially with your investments. But in the end of the day, it's your money. You're going to be investing your money. It's not my money. But as you guys can see, most people see that I'm not talking out of my butt. I'm really trying to give you guys really accurate information, allow you guys to understand things better. But back to what I was saying, there's a ton of YouTubers. There's a lot of brand new YouTubers. Yes, I'm guilty. I'm one of the newer YouTubers. But there's a lot of them out there that either don't know what they're talking about, know very little what they're talking about. They're riding along the backs of other YouTubers on what they say, and they're kind of rewording it because they don't really know what they're talking about. So there's just a whole notion, especially it's really only with cryptocurrencies that it's the biggest right now, because a lot of people, there's a large influx of volume, large amount of people that are new to cryptocurrencies, that are getting into cryptocurrencies, especially from all this media exposure. So in turn, there's a ton of YouTubers getting on YouTube, establishing channels, making videos, this and that. Please, guys, be wise on who you choose to follow. I cannot stress that enough, because even I sometimes like to see what's out there. I do follow a few YouTubers that I do love because they're realistic and they know what they're talking about. But just, guys, please, I don't want you guys to lose your money. I don't want you guys to make the wrong choice. Just like Chaincoin, okay? Chaincoin is a prime example. A lot of people got fooled over by Chaincoin, and it ended up just being a total pump and dump. Okay, guys? and there was a bunch of YouTubers that came out of literally nowhere making a bunch of nonsense videos about Chaincoin. So please, guys, do your due diligence and make sure that who you're following is someone that you should be following. All right, so back to the big stuff. Let's see what else we need to talk about. I'm gonna take another water break. Hold on, guys. So this is another thing I want to talk about. So there's a lot of newcomers coming into the crypto space, cryptocurrencies in general. And the biggest concern, the biggest thing out of everything, if you look at the big picture, the biggest thing right now is the new people that either have a lot of money or just a little bit of money, but there's a large amount of people that are going to be getting into cryptocurrencies. We've seen cryptocurrencies hit the large media outlets multiple times just in the past few days, and let alone the past few weeks, because of the inevitable Bitcoin split, blah, blah, blah. So a lot of people are hearing about cryptocurrencies more and more. There's no such thing as bad, what is it called? There's no such thing as bad, all right, let's continue. I can't even think of what I'm saying. Bad exposure, bad news on something. So regardless of what kind of news comes out about cryptocurrencies, it's relatively not even bad, the news that is going out right now about cryptocurrencies, which is mostly Bitcoin. But people are focusing on the split. Like, a lot of the newcomers are extremely confused about the split. They don't know what's going on, and it's just turning them away more and more to even get into cryptocurrencies. And it's quite alarming, because the split that's happening August 1st, and if it does happen, it's just going to cause more confusion. So a lot of people are just staying out of cryptocurrencies in general for like a long time, because they're just freaked out and turned off. But the fact is, back to Litecoin. I mean, Litecoin has had absolutely no negative problems or issues with the platform whatsoever. So if anyone that's a newcomer and they notice that Litecoin has absolutely a perfect record, wouldn't you think that they're going to get into something more stable and steady rather than the two other top coins that one has multiple hacks and a bunch of issues, and then the other one just has a bunch of confusion? People don't know what the UASF is, and people don't even know what the ETF is, more or less what BIP91 and all these other things are. So for people to be indulging their time into investing in cryptocurrencies, it takes a lot of motivation, especially with all this negative feedback and negative media about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, namely. So that's something to think about, and that's not even adding to the reason why I haven't got back in Bitcoin. And we can see that the one thing I did note in my last live stream, or not my last live stream, but one of my live streams, I don't know what all these lines are, probably from previous, but what I did mention in one of my live streams is that Litecoin is starting to show that it's really piggyback riding off of Bitcoin, which is awesome to see. I think that's fantastic, and also tunes in with everything else that I've talked about. Before all of this chaos, Litecoin kind of was lagging behind Bitcoin's fluctuations and volatility. It was kind of like almost people thought it was on its own path, like doing its own thing. But really, Litecoin is really close in proximity to the movements of Bitcoin, which is really great to see. Unlike before, it was kind of like it was its own altcoin. So it's less of an altcoin and more of a very important coin when you look at it in that sense, that Litecoin is following Bitcoin. You can just even see for yourself, Bitcoin and Litecoin, it's really similar. We're seeing similar growth. But that's that. Let me see if there's anything else that I want to talk about before I check the chat box, because I'm gonna answer you guys questions. I know this has been a long live stream, but I'm trying to jam pack as much content as possible. Let's see if I've covered everything. I'm gonna check my tabs. I know there's other tabs. All right, yeah, Ronnie Moeus, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, is saying that he expects Bitcoin to double and reach $5,000. And obviously they're talking about Ethereum as well. Of course, Ethereum gets a lot of media exposure, but once people find out after actually putting their time aside to look into cryptocurrencies, they can see that they can see that Ethereum has a lot of bad rep right now with the recent hack. So that's not the best thing, obviously. So let's move forward to some other things. Of course, guys, if you haven't already, get this this address right here. It's btcforkmonitor.info. You can basically track the Bitcoin split and what's going on with it leading up to the last minutes. Let's see what else we got here. Will not support Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, this is Coinbase talking about how they don't support Bitcoin Cash. Nothing new. We've kind of already known that, but this is just going. This is on Business Insider, so that's bad rep for Bitcoin Cash, of course. We've already gone over that. Coinbase customers suffering from delays of withdrawals. Let's see. This is another thing that I want to talk about, and it's quite interesting. Hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna go get a bottle of water. All right, so the Bitcoin shift, this is on Forbes actually. The Bitcoin shift could cause tax headaches for some users. This is basically talking about the regulation coming in with exchanges and also the liquidity of exchanging your cryptocurrencies for fiat currency. So that's going to take, it's going to be more prominent with the exchanges, with them tracking your return on investment and such with your investments on cryptocurrencies. It's actually 5:59 right now, 5:59 p.m. So I believe Charlie Lee is live, which we can't watch right now. I haven't found any ability to watch it live. Obviously, I'm not in China or wherever this is going to be streamed. Let me see real quick. Yeah, it's going to be in Asia. I don't know exactly where in Asia or whatever, but I'm definitely going to watch it. If you want to, you guys can go on Charlie Lee's Twitter and basically look right here and click on this, and it will take you to the page where all of the past live streams go on this website. So once this is live and after, we're gonna see it right here, hopefully, and I'll be able to watch it, and you guys will be able to watch it too. And I'll probably do a live stream of some sort to talk about this. I said it to you guys that I'm gonna be doing it at the end of the day today, maybe at late tonight or early morning. Let's see what else we've got here. And then this is another thing. This just adds to the love for Litecoin. I don't know if I talked about this yet. Litecoin ATMs proliferated globally, which is insane. We're seeing a massive amounts of ATMs establishing themselves. And it's surprisingly, a lot of them are in the United States. But this just goes in a little bit with my conspiracy side, but also the fact that there's just so much strength in the Litecoin community. And it's like the quiet coin. It's like the silent but deadly, like actions speak louder than words. That's really what Litecoin is, guys. Sorry, I'm like losing my voice. All right, so this is another post. This is another post on Cointelegraph. I'm not the biggest on Cointelegraph, but this is exactly what actually happened, and this has to do with his support with Stable 2x and how he's going to be dumping BCC, which is Bitcoin Cash. So that's interesting. Let's see, I'm pretty sure that we almost covered everything. There might be a few other things that we need to cover, but I'm going to check the chat box real quick and see what you guys are up to. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to see how many people are watching too. And like I said, guys, I don't know if you guys have seen or missed a lot. You can always rewatch this live stream after it's posted, but this is just nonsense. I actually saw a YouTuber actually talk about this this post. I don't know how deep he had to go to find this. I really couldn't find it until I dug a little deeper. But I actually saw a YouTuber post on this, and it was quite funny. But yeah, this is just really, like I said, guys. Any of the mainstream media outlets, I totally disregard them for the most part. That's like, which would you rather look at for media, for news? Would you like to look at Seattle Times, or would you look at Bitcoin.com? Exactly, you would look at Bitcoin.com. I mean, this is just irrelevant. And this not even Seattle Times, CNBC, any of those outlets that have biased opinions or just opinions in general. This is an opinion, whether you want to believe it or not. Unless Charlie Lee, like what he's doing right now, is going on CNBC Live, that's not an opinion. That's something I'm definitely going to want to watch. But I'm just not a big fan of the mainstream media when it comes to anything cryptocurrency related. But I'm going to go ahead and check the the stream real quick. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Hold on, guys. I'm actually gonna go grab a bottle of water. I'm like about to pass out over here from talking so much. Hold on, guys. Thank you again, guys, for tuning in. My channel has just been blowing up. It's pretty crazy to see. My last live stream like blew up. It was crazy. I'm over 900 subscribers right now. I started my YouTube channel like 2 months ago, and it's just been like insane growth, and I'm like super excited. It just makes me want to make more and more live streams. It's really awesome to see. All right, so let's see. Digibyte looks like a scam coin. I'm not invested in Digibyte. I've already kind of went over that. I'm gonna look at some of these questions, pick some of the best questions, and go in depth with them, because I know you guys, some of my followers ask really good questions, so that's what makes these live streams even better. And of course, guys, I told you I'm gonna be publishing videos. Let's see. What you know about Litecoin manipulation to stay down. Yeah, that's what I kind of have the notion of is Litecoin is being manipulated to a certain extent. And it's more so, it's pure speculation for me to think that Litecoin is being manipulated for it to remain heavy. And what I mean by heavy is that it's really not going anywhere, not really up or down. So that's what I mean by heavy. So that's what really the manipulation is. I mean, we're just, the sell orders, the further they are down here and the fatter they are and they come out of nowhere, that's just pure signs of manipulation, whether you want to believe it or not. Let's look over here. And if you guys are just tuning in and you guys are new to my my channel, make sure to like this video, interact in the chat box. I love seeing what you guys have to say. That's why I'll be tuning in on this live stream for a little bit longer to go through the chat box. I try to go through as much as possible. And also check out some of my other live streams. Just my last one was really good with content. And if you guys kind of missed this live stream, you guys can rewind. I am going to be covering a little bit more content as well in this live stream, but I'm going to check the chat box. I know I haven't checked it at all yet. So you guys can stay tuned, stick with me. And also I do have I know someone in my last live stream was asking about my Litecoin address. My Litecoin address is in the description if you were so gracefully going to donate to my Litecoin address so that I can keep making these lengthy, repetitive, not really repetitive, but consistent live streams and videos. So that's where my address is right there. It's in the description, so that would be greatly appreciated. All right, so let's check out this chat box real quick. Moon or Mars for Litecoin? I'm sticking with Mars. I'm holding on to my Litecoin with everything I got. I think the only reason it dropped was fake MIT news, which even Charlie came out saying it was BS. Litecoin should be much higher, in my opinion. Yeah, the whole thing with the MIT website being taken down, that didn't change. That didn't even make me blink my eyes. I didn't care at all that the MIT website went down. The only thing the MIT website really kind of told me is that Litecoin was going to replace Bitcoin, and I really didn't have that much of a notion of that actually happening in the first place. If you guys have been watching my live streams, I really think that Litecoin is going to take that stand and really become silver to Bitcoin's gold. Yes, it's known as silver to Bitcoin's gold, and people were saying on one of my last live streams that like if I actually look at gold and silver, the actual commodity, and compare it, it's very close, or Litecoin would actually lose some value. I'm not meaning it in that sense. I'm meaning it that Litecoin should be roughly a quarter of Bitcoin's price. That's what I think Litecoin should be, and I think it's going to really take that stand and move up to that position relatively soon. So the MIT website being taken down didn't sway me one bit with what I think with Litecoin. I think Litecoin is amazing. Let's see what else we've got here. Ant shares. I'm a fan of Ant shares. Ant shares over Ethereum. That's a stretch, but that could definitely be a possibility. There's a few competitors to the Ethereum platform right now. So you guys know where I stand with Ethereum right now. So let's see what else we've got here. And if you guys are worried in any way, shape, or form, you guys are new to cryptocurrencies and you just really kind of want to stay out of this chaotic time period, you can always hold your money in fiat and then jump in after the dust settles. There's no need to get in right now. I mean, if anything, most investors or anyone that's in cryptocurrencies either kind of have a better feeling of what's going on, or they don't know what's going on, they're invested, or something like that. But it's really risky right now, and I'm just being completely honest. Like, the cryptocurrency space right now couldn't be more questionable and speculative. It's pretty crazy, but as you can see, you can track it to a certain extent and make some good judgments. Let's see what else we've got here. Bitman, what's up, Bitman? You are like in the spotlight today. I love you too, Bitman. All right, let's see what else we've got here. I'm not in Bitcoin either. I'm holding Litecoin and USDT. Smart move. That's exactly what I'm doing as well. All coins are going to sink tomorrow. That is definitely a notion going around, is that regardless of the coin, Bitcoin or not, that everything is just going to take a fat tank, like a fat dip, but then it's just going to launch up. You know, I told you guys in my last live stream, I said it's going to be like a trampoline effect. You know, you're going to jump on the trampoline, which is going up, and then you're going to bounce on the trampoline, which is down, which is where we're going to hit that bottom, and then we're going to jump right back up. So that could be a possibility. There is a notion going around that could happen, but I just think that it's going to really stabilize itself. There's just too much support at these levels of the top three for that to really happen. Maybe with the altcoins, since they're irrelevant, especially with LedgerX. I mean, LedgerX is coming out. It's going to be an institutional trading platform for major investors. It's regulated by the SEC. Not the SEC, it's regulated by the government, which is a good thing. So it's basically security for people that have a lot of money, or hedge funds, etc., to invest in the cryptocurrency space. So LedgerX is basically an independent, solely devoted to exchange devoted to institutional investors, which is a lot, for easier terms, a lot of money, people with fat pockets or money managers. Let's see what else we got here. ETH has made you a lot of money and I can't hate on it. All right. I think that ETH has made a lot into the spotlight. It has gained a lot of attention, especially with it being the second coin of market cap. And I think that it's kind of following piggyback riding on Bitcoin when it comes to any type of media exposure. But if anyone does just the tiniest bit of research on Ethereum, they're going to see the crap that's going around right now with Ethereum and the hesitation, if you will. So I don't know. I think that Ethereum is going to grow, of course, on the next big rise. But what I'm looking at right now is which coin is going to make the biggest boom. That's what I'm looking at right now. And also, which is the safest investment for me. So in my opinion, I think Litecoin definitely overpowers Ethereum on being the biggest boom, since it has absolutely no negativity whatsoever on anything regarding the community and developers and the platform. So let's see what else. AT Maverick thinks that Litecoin will have no chance. And yeah, by the way, I haven't told you guys yet. I still have, even though, sorry, if I take a break, I'm taking a water break, I need some water. But I still have fiat for Litecoin, fiat to put into Litecoin. I have not fully vested myself in the position that I want to have with Litecoin. I still have the Litecoin that I've had previously, but I have not invested new fiat into Litecoin, simply because I'm kind of waiting it out until the next few days to see where things go and what new things arise with Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash and split, etc. So that's going to be important live streams I'm going to be doing in the next few days. How long is long term for Litecoin? Well, if things start panning out like they already have been in the next, I mean, really a lot is going to show in the next month. This month of August is going to show so much, because even though there's that small group of people that think that Bitcoin Cash is going to remove Litecoin, which is just absolutely absurd. I think that, and plus obviously there's a lot of haters of Litecoin. Not a lot of haters, but that's stupid. I don't know why I said that. There really is not a lot of haters of Litecoin, which is the good part. People just kind of let it be. It's kind of like its own thing. But I think that long term for me, if everything starts panning out continuously as I have planned, I've already made my long-term set goal. It's going to be not months, but years from now that I will be holding this Litecoin, especially my personal investments, because I do manage other investments, not only myself, and we've talked about that. If you guys are just tuning in, I'm just reading through the chat box right now. Make sure to like this video, interact in the chat box, and check out some of my live streams, especially my last one. It kind of has a lot of content, so let's see what else we've got. So the plan is when BTC goes crazy high, like over 3,000, try to time it, and when other coins are in red, the coins you want. I'm not sure what you mean stacking, but I am definitely holding off on my investments in altcoins, 110%. I am not investing in altcoins right now, although I do have some altcoins that I have my stop orders in even lower than I bought them. Where I bought them was less than where they are now. So I'm not investing any new money into altcoins, absolutely not right now. Although I have my top picks, and they're still my top picks, but I'm waiting. Let's see what else. Let's see, is Litecoin a competitor to Dash? I don't think Litecoin is a competitor to Dash, no. Legit coins, LTC, BTC, Monero, and Decred. I think those are good picks. I think Decred is a good coin because of the atomic swap that is going to be integrated with. And I think atomic swap is going to be a huge thing. And who knows, maybe that's something that Charlie Lee talks about tonight, which would be fascinating to hear about. Let's see what else we got here. And the fact that Decred is, whatever Charlie Lee holds with his investments or cryptocurrencies, I'm kind of going to believe him, to be quite honest. But there's some coins that he actually holds that I don't hold or have interest in right now. But I don't have Decred right now, and I'll probably be investing in it soon. But it's not yet a top pick because I haven't heard enough insane news yet other than the atomic swap. AT Maverick thinks Litecoin. AT Maverick, you just said that Litecoin doesn't have a chance, and now you're saying that Litecoin will not lose, but also not explode. Well, that's a good analogy because Litecoin has been a stable, steady coin. It's been growing steadily. It hasn't had a lot of volatility, which is why it's just so amazing, especially for an investment rather than trading. So for it not to explode, would that steer me away in any manner? No, it wouldn't. But I think that we're going to see some nice spikes this coming month in August. I mean, we're hours away from the split, so this is crazy. Light a campfire, get some s'mores, maybe a shot of Jack or two, and hold. I'm a holder, that's for sure. Let's see, Litecoin's safe. Yeah, Litecoin is definitely the safest cryptocurrency in my opinion. And now there's I've seen there's scams going around with Bitcoin and people exposing their private keys and stuff like that, which is kind of scary, which is really sad because of the vulnerability of a lot of people that invest in cryptocurrencies. Let's see, I think LTC will be bearish for a couple of weeks, but move up starting around mid-August. Yeah, I really think that the beginning of August is where we're going to see some spikes. Now, is there going to be volatility, especially with Litecoin? When we see Litecoin jump up insanely fast, we saw it jump up from $27. That's actually the first time I got into Litecoin. I got into Litecoin around $27 when it first jumped up and spiked, and then it just took off to like the 40s and then the 50s, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. That's insane. So $27 is a place where I got in, but then we saw it go up, but it leveled off and didn't drop too much. So that's why I think that we're going to see some nice spikes in the beginning of August or throughout August. I don't want you guys to think that I'm saying August 1st is when we're going to see major growth in Litecoin. That is not what I'm saying, guys. When I say that we're going to see growth, August 1st, we're going to see throughout August, we're going to see growth with Litecoin. But I think when we take these new spikes, I think it's going to be more so a stable spike is something that's going to not really hold down. I think it's going to really hold up and show a lot of support at these new highs, especially if things pan out with the whole split, no split. But we've already talked about everything with Litecoin. Holding long-term has been the ticket for me, and it does work. Yes, your time in the market is going to be so much more superior to timing the market. I don't time the market. I'm not the market. And I mean, there's someone on YouTube that's relatively new. I don't know his YouTube channel. He's pretty good. I like his content. He was talking about how he makes weekly investments into Litecoin, and I think that's an awesome approach. I don't know if it was weekly or monthly investments into Litecoin, which is a great approach. Incremental investments, and you're kind of like, and instead of investing all at once, it's actually smart because anything could happen if you just invest at once. Investing over periods of time incrementally, you're actually going to be more favorable than to just dump a load of money. Because what if you don't know what you're doing and you dump a load of money into Litecoin at a new all-time high? Obviously, it's going to show volatility and fall down and retrace. So I definitely agree with that. Charlie will join the Decred team someday. Mark my words. He created Decred and was also on their podcast. I think that if Charlie Lee was going to join Decred, I don't even know how to pronounce it, I think it would be further down the line. I think that it's going to be down the road that he would do that. I think his main focus, especially since Litecoin is just gaining so much attention and everything else, I think that he's holding on to Litecoin like there's no tomorrow, and he's doing a very good job. What about Dash? Like I said in one of my other live streams, I'm not really keen or following Dash. I know that it has been moving to more development and technology, but it really doesn't have too much of a utilized purpose. And I think that I couldn't tell you much on what I think with Dash, to be quite honest. Sorry, TME Moore. I want to know more about Dash as well. So maybe I will look more into it and then include it in one of my live streams. But as of right now, I'm really not even going to be talking about altcoins, to be honest. They found out who Satoshi is. You guys already know my conspiracies. If you guys have been sticking around since my first videos, my first video that I ever posted that has my top picks is like really an annoying video because I'm like talking crazily. But you guys know my conspiracies about Charlie Lee. I've talked about them. Even though they're pure speculation, it's kind of fun to hear someone's. Let me see what else we've got here. You like Monero, but I hold it in the Nano S. I do like hardware wallets. That is definitely a good thing. Let's see. You're selling your Oculus? Wrestlers, watch the Decred talk at Coinbase. Charlie Lee introduced them, said they further developed his idea. Decred was Charlie Lee's white paper. Let's see. There's a lot in here. Let's see if we can get through this stuff. Sell off Litecoin to test 47 and ETH 220 to 230. That's a good opinion. I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, honestly, when it comes to cryptocurrencies, you cannot it's not black and white. It's completely gray. It's nothing like the stock market. It's nothing like stock trading. You know, my technical analysis can only go so far. And we've seen that with some of the top people, especially in TradingView, that make analytical predictions, and they've been far off multiple times, and they're still far off. So it's pretty crazy. And they've kind of changed their approach on how things are going to pan out rather than making bold statements, which is the safe way to do it. I'm not going to come on here and be like, $70 tomorrow, put my name on it right now. I'm not going to do that because that's just absurd. That's absolutely absurd. I'm feeling money. I'm feeling money too. I like money, definitely. You guys already know I bought my first Bitcoins in 2012, and I bought it at a total risk because I didn't really know anything about it in 2012, but I put it in a paper wallet, and I've been trading it ever since, and it's really fantastic. I mean, Bitcoin was $2 when I bought it, and I bought $200 worth of it. And just think of the math on that. That's crazy. And I'm lucky I even found the paper wallet. I had to like search a long time to find it because I like hid it. But let's see what else we got here. People sold all altcoins to speculate on BCC. There is speculation on BCC. I think a lot of people are watching BCC closely, especially with this looming split. Yeah, and if Bitcoin does start going up, which I am very firm on it going up, I think Bitcoin is going to stay in the position as the leader of the pack. But I think if Bitcoin starts surging, we're going to see the altcoins become more relevant. But as of right now, obviously, I'm not even in Bitcoin right now. More or less, investing more into altcoins. So I think that once Bitcoin really establishes itself, which we could be in the next few days, and we start seeing surges, we're going to see altcoins just go through the roof. But as of right now, they're irrelevant. The most important coins are the ones we've been talking about. Let's see what else we've got here. I'm gonna take a quick water break, and we're gonna get some more content. I know that This split is very soon, and I told you guys I'm going to be doing a live stream either very late tonight, because I'm probably going to be pulling an all-nighter. I have a lot of responsibilities, and I need to track things very closely, but I might do one at midnight tonight, or I might do one very early tomorrow morning, but regardless, I'll probably be like half awake when I do the live stream tomorrow morning, which is okay. But I'm going to take a water break real quick. Hold on one second. If you guys are just tuning in and this is your first time on my channel, I do frequent live streams. You can check out my last live streams, a lot of content in it. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, share the word, and also interact in the chat box. I'm gonna see what you guys are up to help the community out. Let's see, I really think we will see 300 plus on ETH within a month, and LTC will probably get to 75. That's a good analogy. I think that around 70 is a good way, good place to set your mind, but obviously we have to be open-minded. And then Ethereum, yeah, Ethereum has made a lot of had a lot of attention in the media because it's really close to Bitcoin. But Litecoin has also had a lot of media attention as well. But Litecoin, we all know Litecoin has been like the quiet coin. It's been like taking more actions and not really being overbearing, which is awesome, which is why it's so stable and steady and safe. Let's see, LTC to the boom. Okay. Instead of moon, I like that. BCC definitely will not kill LTC. I'm right with you there, Anthony. Let's see. I see where you're coming from, TME more. Let's see, what are the LTC announcements? Well, there's multiple announcements you can check out on litecoin.org. That's where you'll find the roadmap. There's certain things that have been rumored, heavily rumored, not just rumored, but heavily rumored of announcements taking place in July, actually early July, and they actually haven't blossomed yet and come to fruition. So we're just waiting for those things to take place. Those announcements to take place. And I think that it's really just a plan. I think Charlie Lee, we all know Charlie Lee is the biggest guy in the crypto space. And it's pretty obvious, and it's becoming more obvious, but he's very humble, which is awesome. And I want to show you guys something real quick. I'm going to drop the chat box real quick. I didn't even go over this. Thank God. Let's see. All right. Yeah. So Charlie Lee, I want to reload this real quick to see if there's any new stuff. Let's see, right here, he said, this was his last tweet 2 hours ago, no, right here. This was 20 hours ago, this was yesterday. He said, or maybe really early this morning, he said that, talked about how he's gonna be showing up on CNBC Squawk Box, and then we can see 2 hours to go, and he jokes around sometimes, which obviously bothers most people because he's really important to the community, but he jokes around too much. Sometimes. He's like, I'm going to put on some polls for you guys to vote on what I should say on live TV. So he's like joking around. I don't know why he's doing that. It kind of frustrates me. I'm sure it frustrates everyone. You know, like here's like laughy face on all these polls. What narrative should I push? Litecoin is awesome. 3,000 votes. How should I report to the fork coin? Bitcoin trash. So it's interesting to see, but wow, that was a bit nerve-wracking. Didn't realize how hard it was to think straight and answer questions while staring at this camera. Craziness, unsettling. I'm just joking. All right, let's see what else we got here. ETH is starting to pop a little bit. Trying to load on the site and won't. ETH is dead. Digibyte is risky, I think so. Can somebody explain what makes ICO tokens valuable and what is the claim to it? If you're new or you don't really know anything about ICOs, I personally don't even look into ICOs in my opinion. I'd rather just get into them once they're more established. But ICOs are initial coin offerings, and that's where a lot of the scams have been taking place with the Ethereum platform. And I talked about that in my last live stream. If you even go on the CoinMarketCap website, you can see that they're just advertised everywhere on any cryptocurrency website. So let's see. Totally words of the wise, good advice, thank you. Money is not real, don't care so much about it. You're in all crypto money is not real. Okay. AT Maverick, you seem to be saying a lot of negative things on this chat box. I don't know why, but already. What did you miss, Prab? You can rewatch the live stream. I'm going over questions right now, trying to pick out some of the better ones. I might go into a little bit more content in a minute. Let's see. Oh, you made some profits on Chaincoin before it dumped. Awesome. Yeah, you feel bad for people that lost it. A lot of people did lose a lot of money. Right here, Abby lost a lot of money with this BS Chaincoin. Yeah, it did happen. And I was already making YouTube videos when that happened. Pumping and dumping is a crime. It actually is in the regulated stock market world. That's why cryptocurrencies are just crazy. BCC was supposed to happen 20 minutes ago. See a coin. Oh man, chat box is blowing up. Sequin is good. Sequin is kind of like Dropbox in a sense, but cryptocurrency driven. I will sell BCC as soon as I can, like most people. Where to sell BCC? Definitely not JDAX. BCC, you'd have to. You can actually go on the CoinMarketCap website and see where you can sell Bitcoin Cash. There's some exchanges that have adopted it, but for the most part, most big exchanges have not adopted it. And if you guys are just tuning in, make sure to like this video, interact in the chat box, and check out some of my other live streams. SIA has been a flop for me. SIA has been pretty volatile. I admit, and I agree with you, but I think that the foundation for long-term growth is there. In a sense, relative to Ripple, I think long-term growth for Ripple will be somewhat substantial, but nothing magnificent on the short term. So let's see. Diversification, hold actual silver. Yes, I actually am a stacker of silver. Like it's the most undervalued commodity. It's being artificially pinned down. I think exchanges will start providing the service once everything settles down. Coinbase never said forever that they're not going to support Bitcoin Cash. I don't believe, but I think that it's going to for any big exchange for them to comfortably test, Bitcoin Cash and actually implement it. It's going to take longer than a few days, let alone a week. It's going to take months for that to happen. It could happen in like 2 months, but I don't know. No bad publicity. No such thing as bad publicity. Yes, I think long-term, I think Litecoin is a long-term hold and it will not give quick results or quick returns. I agree. That's what I'm holding it in for as an investment. Do you think Bitcoin will fork multiple times? I think Bitcoin has the possibility of forking multiple times, which will just cause even more chaos and frustration and confusion in the community. Like I was talking about earlier in this live stream, is that there's a lot of people that are new to the crypto space, the newcomers, and they're just going to be steered even further away from investing in Bitcoin because they don't know what the heck a split is. They don't know any of this stuff. And the more splits of a Bitcoin, the more chaos and craziness. And the community is already showing massive amounts of just sadness, as a whole. LTC has formed a bear pattern on a chart. I don't know what kind of bear pattern that you're looking at. I don't know if you're talking about certain indicators, but I don't see any bear patterns as of yet. They will all fork and hit shit. Yeah, that's AT Maverick. I'm not going to listen to. I'm going to go ahead and put this user on timeout because everything you're saying is negative. That's what I worry about. If that can fork it now, then I don't know what that means. Chart means nothing when the point is the break. Do you have an opinion on Omar Bam Crypto? I've seen some of his videos. I think some of his content's good, but I haven't looked enough into his channel and such to recommend his channel. Sorry. I probably will end up in the future recommending YouTube channels because there are a few that I actually love, but I don't want to start talking about other people's channels because I don't want to ruin my credibility if they start saying he's a paid shill. I've seen certain things with his channel that good and bad. So and with the dollar vigilante guy, he like claims stuff that he never claimed ever, and it's quite interesting to see. It's crazy what people will do for attention. But I watched the dollar vigilante for some things. It's kind of, he mixes the truth with fiction sometimes, but overall it's okay. Anyone else think NEO has a good chance to make gains similar to ETH? There's a possibility we have to track it closely. Bitcoin is definitely $5,000 by the end of this year. I think that is a great possibility for it to hit $5,000. Cliff High is pretty spot on with a lot of things. He is pretty important in the cryptocurrency space. AntShares is a Chinese version of Ethereum, and I was talking about in one of my live streams is that if AntShares, or not AntShares, the Chinese in general like to stick with their own kind, and what I mean by that is they like to stick with their own, like creations, if you will. So I think that regardless, we're going to see growth on that platform with AntShares, and it is in my top picks. If too many think it's, man, they also have a good team. I'm trying to find some questions, and then I'm going to close this out. What do I think about Chaincoin? I've already talked about Chaincoin. Chaincoin is terrible. Chaincoin is a joke. And sad because there's so many scammers in the community. It's crazy how many scammers there are, but it's no surprise to me. No surprise. I hear a lot of people talking about EOS. I don't have any EOS and I haven't looked too far into it, but a lot of people think that it's going to boom. So I'll probably end up talking about it in one of my live streams eventually. I want to look further into it. That's one of the coins that has definitely been popping up lately. Not so much Digibyte. Digibyte is like a wannabe, and then Chaincoin's terrible. We already talked about that. It's the sad stuff right there. Ethereum is making booms. Ethereum is not making booms. $5, but I mean, it's kind of lagging behind the other two, which would be Litecoin and Bitcoin. See, now it's split up in 1,000 Litecoin orders. So it's like the massive walls reach like disappeared and they come back, and then you can see the bots at work. It's quite interesting to see. Look at all those bot orders. I just look at the depth chart occasionally because it's something to look at for right in the moment right now, but not something to look at for the future, because these walls and these sell and buy orders can change like that. Oh, there it goes. You almost saw, there's the 5,000 Litecoin orders like chilling up there. That's funny. But I don't know if you guys have already heard me say this, that, you know, the more we see these crappy sell walls, the harder it is for us to see growth, let alone breaking of resistance levels. So it's kind of annoying, and I don't know why we're seeing that, so I couldn't tell you why we're seeing that, okay? Let's see what else we got in the chat box. If you guys are just tuning in and this is your first time, make sure to like this video, chat in the chat box, and check out some of my other live streams. I'm here to stay on the crypto community on YouTube, and I'm also in the works. I know a lot of people have wanted me to make YouTube, not YouTube, a Twitter account and stuff, and a Steam account. I actually made a Steam account for Crypto Hedge, but I might be making a Crypto Hedge or something like that. I have a Crypto Hedge Twitter account, but I just haven't gone on it. I'm really not someone that goes on Twitter much. I just kind of track the important people. Follow the important people, at least. I am the godfather of LTC. That's right, Hemi. Yeah, so everyone's saying that YouTuber is a paid shill. I don't know. I don't actually, I'm not even subscribed to Crypto with a Zero, his channel. I'm not subscribed to him. Not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just, there's other channels that I definitely like to watch more than that one for right now. I think there's some that are very good. Like I said, there's some YouTubers that just piggyback right on some of the other YouTubers on what they say and stuff, which is kind of like interesting. But let's see what else we got here. People speak way too light about Litecoin. It's kind of mad. It's the only coin without news. That's why there's impending news for Litecoin. It's incredible. I'm just like, I'm like sitting on the edge of my seat. What's up, Daily Prediction And I know that you commented on my last video when I was gonna do a live stream. A lot. You can always watch the beginning. I'm just going through some questions right now, and I might run through a small bit of content, and then I'm gonna tune out. And like I said, if you're just tuning in, I might do a live stream tonight at like midnight. If you guys are up, I'll just do it anyways because I'll probably be up myself. I'm probably gonna pull on later, and I'll probably do a live stream in the morning too. So NEO will support multiple limits. That's what I've heard. Rumors. Let's see. Charlie Lee's YouTube videos. Yes, if you guys haven't already, check out, after this live stream, check out Charlie Lee's, there's a YouTube video I have in one of my live streams that I'm talking about Charlie Lee. And I'm talking about the YouTube video. Charlie Lee created a fork of a currency, cryptocurrency, that was created before Litecoin, which is crazy. This guy has been around from the very beginning, and it's very obvious. Conspiracy side, I don't want to bring out my conspiracy side right now with what I think about Charlie Lee, but Charlie Lee's the man. Let's see. NEO is the one. I like Stratus and Lisk as well. I do like Stratus and Lisk, yes. And I also, added Stratus to my top picks. And Monero is also on my top picks. It's going to be like a top 10 pick rather than a top 5 picks. I know my first video, which is really annoying, but my first video is annoying, but I tell you guys my top 5 picks, and they're actually pretty mutual with most people that know what they're doing in the crypto space, why they are a good top 5 pick. U.S. citizens should stay away from everything, whatever happened to the land of the free. I don't know what, I've seen your chat box comments, but I'm not really agreeing with what you're saying. Bittrex is the only exchange that hasn't changed NES to NEO, and they did, and that's what was on one of their announcements that people were waiting on for it to be changed to NEO on the exchanges. So yeah, I know that a lot of people are freaking out about the IRS and the government. What they're doing, in my opinion, we do have institutional investors investing in, that have the ability to invest in cryptocurrencies, namely, big hedge funds and big entities. But I do have a fear factor with that, because I think that with that and all the regulation that's already been announced, I think we're going to just see so much more regulation. And the type of regulation I think we're going to see is more so restrictions and is from where we are now on the liquidity of your cryptocurrencies. So the reason why Coinbase and some of these other big exchanges are so popular, not even because of the fast ability to buy cryptocurrencies or the multiple different coins you can trade on. The biggest reason really is because you can trade it into USD, you can trade it into fiat. So that's liquid. You can trade your cryptos into fiat currency, and be the biggest issue in the future. I think that we're going to see more taxes put on the liquidity of cryptocurrencies, let alone the liquidity in general. We really have to track and watch closely on where that goes. I think that we're going to see differences on the liquid asset of cryptocurrencies. It could be not a liquid asset in the future, but I think that it's beginning, and I think that even though the government is trying to regulate it and trying to get in on this nonsense, which is not nonsense, cryptocurrencies, I think that they are not going to get in as easy as they think. I know that they think that they run the whole world, which they basically do, and I'm not the biggest fan of the Fed, but I think it's going to be a lot harder for them to get into this space than we think. But the doors are open to a certain extent because of the ability to liquidate your cryptocurrencies into cash, into U.S. currency, which is the government's currency, not cryptocurrency's currency. So, and the whole point of why people are in cryptocurrencies is because they think that it's going to completely replace fiat. That's really the biggest notion out there, is what people think. So I think that's going to happen. I think there's a possibility, but I think that it's more so going to take a large portion of the world traded currencies when it comes to transactions and trading. Let's see what else we've got here. This show is great. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for all the support. It's been amazing to see my channel blow up. Keeps me coming back for more. I love it. I love you guys. And you guys ask really good questions too. Will Dogecoin ever come back? I really don't know enough about Dogecoin. I don't really, nothing has really called my attention on Dogecoin, but I'll probably be talking about some of these more spoken about coins in the future, but not right now. I'm really not interested in talking about altcoins at the moment. I'm really focused on the top coins, top market cap coins. SEC gonna F it up? I don't know what, SEC is gonna F it up. Yeah, possibly to a specific extent, but I think that regulation is needed. So I think it would be a little far out to think that, oh my gosh, the government's gonna regulate it to where cryptocurrencies are deemed useless and blah, blah, blah. You can't turn it into cash. I think that it's actually good that we're gonna see this regulation because I'm more fearful, not for myself, but I'm more fearful for people that are vulnerable to all these scams. I mean, we're seeing scams on the daily basis. We're seeing scams with Bitcoin now with people, making websites, and we see phishing websites that are fake websites for wallets and stuff like that. And you're giving out, there's so much shoplifting and hacking going on of cryptocurrency. So I actually am kind of for the regulation to a specific extent. I'm not for it of what they have the ability to do, but I think that a lot of this hacking and scamming crap really needs to end. And it's really, really annoying. Crypto chart streaming around 11:30 tonight Central Time. What do you mean by that, Mills? If people use crypto the way it was intended to, they wouldn't be as concerned about fiat. Exactly. That's why we have, and also the biggest thing is, I know I had a comment on one of my last videos. Someone said that I want to actually read it. I'm not gonna talk crap about it, but I really want to make something really clear, because cryptocurrencies, although they're established, they're not going anywhere because they're that established. I think that you should not invest more than you can afford to lose. And I say that I can't say that enough, because I have someone right here, like someone said that their sister's investing her life savings into Litecoin and stuff like that. I want to be like right with you and say that's so awesome, but at the same time, it's like, I want you guys to be like on the streets because something happened in the crypto community. I don't want that to ever be a thing to any of you guys, because you guys really need to understand that there's just tons of volatility. There's tons of undetermined outcomes, regardless of anything, any coin. So please keep that in mind. Let's see. Stream is down for you. What stream are you talking about, Mills? This is like the Wild West. If you know what you're doing, you're good. If not, you lose, like the old times. Very true, Victor. Very true. That is spot on, Victor. I could not. That is like perfectly said. It is the Wild West of people. The people that benefit are the people that know what they're doing, and the people that lose are the people that have no clue what they're doing, which is one of the reasons why I'm here to share with you guys. I really want to get a lot of information over to you guys. And please, guys, be very cautious. Don't give your private seeds away, private keys away, and stuff like that. You guys got to be cautious. You're not insured by a central bank, okay? If your wallet gets hacked, it's hacked. You are the only. You're not getting controlled, or there's no control or regulation done by a third party. You are the third party and the only party with your wallets and such. So I know Coinbase is insured, but even with any exchange, I don't care if it's Coinbase. I think Coinbase is the safest to leave your coins on. But even with that, I don't leave my coins on exchanges. In UK, if I buy gold coins, then when I sell my gold, it is not applicable to capital gains tax. That's why they will not follow. True. That is true. Can't really track your purchasing of commodities like that to get capital gains on them. But cryptocurrencies, it's a lot easier because it's technology. Wow, the chat box is blowing up. I need to see what else we're getting here. I try to turn my crypto profits into precious metals when I can. That's a smart idea. That's actually a really smart idea. A lot of people think that cryptocurrencies are going to replace commodities, and I think that is an extremely, extremely far stretch. I think that diversification is key. I invest in commodities like gold and silver, and I also invest in cryptocurrencies. It's best to have both, not one or the other, because anything could happen to either. They're extremely different. Let's see. UK, no tax on market trading, it's gaming. Stacking, that is wise. Yes, I do stack, and it is a smart choice, especially while silver's pinned down, the commodity silver, not Litecoin. I think it's being manipulated very heavily, like unbelievably heavily. I think Litecoin, I mean not Litecoin, silver is the most undervalued commodity on planet Earth. And I think it's going to surface and show a lot more in the future. How soon, I don't know. Bitcoin Cash to replace Litecoin. No, sir. Please watch the beginning of my live stream. Oh my gosh. Every time I get too many chats in chat box, I lose my train. Let's see. UK no tax on market trading. It's gaming. With Mr. Lee, CNBC stream with Mr. Lee. Nils, can you post the link to the stream? That would be awesome. And if anything, we'll be able to watch it later, because it'll be posted everywhere, I'm sure. Bitcoin we should pay. Wait, so I'm supposed to share those 12 words with everyone? No, you're not. I like the sarcasm though. Yeah, I'm right with you, David. I don't see BTC even coming close to Litecoin when it comes to betting heads. I think they're very different, very far off. The only thing that Bitcoin Cash has is the fact that it's getting a lot of media attention, and also it's the fork of Bitcoin. That's all. Bitcoin Cash is a brand new coin and has tons and tons of room. You could be slipping and sliding in the room that it has to fail and have a lot of issues. Litecoin has had absolutely no issues, and it's pretty insane for that to even be a thing. I cannot get 30 LTC off of Poloniex since last night. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Poloniex. I don't trade on Poloniex. My favorite exchange when it comes to altcoins, take note, because this is important. Even one of my more favorite YouTubers on here uses Poloniex. I'm not a fan of Poloniex. It has a lot of issues. It has glitches. It's lagging. The volume is weird. I use Bittrex, Bittrex. I'll show you guys right now what I'm talking about. I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, but for people that don't, this is Bittrex. This is really this is my favorite altcoin exchange. It is my favorite, and this is way better than Poloniex, 100%. Let's see. If you guys are just tuning in, you guys can watch the beginning of this live stream. Check out some of my other videos, subscribe to the channel, like this video, interact in the chat box. I'm gonna be sticking with you guys for a little bit longer to see what you guys have to say. Seeing some awesome chats in the box right now, so let's see what else we've got here. I'm like losing my position on where we are in the chat box. Let's see. A lot of people are talking about buying Lambos with their cryptocurrencies. I think a Lambo is a depreciating asset. I'm not really into. I'm really not a materialistic person. So if anything, I'm gonna be buying anything but a Lambo if things go out as planned, which I don't really care for Lambo. This is the thing. This is the key to life. You want to hear the key to life? Don't be a consumer, ever. Do not be a consumer. People are consumers. 99.9% of people, not even 99%, like 98% of people are consumers. And I'm someone that if I have money, I'm investing it to make more money. I'm not going to spend my money on crap that's going to lose value or be worthless. Let's see what else we got here. I know some people couldn't cancel orders a few days ago on Polo. Yeah, Poloniex has had problems. Even Charlie Lee said something. I'll show you guys real quick. I don't know if you guys have seen it on what Charlie Lee posted about Poloniex. Right here. Even Charlie Lee saying, can you fix your warning message every time you take down your LTC wallet? People think that there's an issue with LTC network. And there, right there is a Poloniex warning or signal. Yeah, some people are saying Poloniex is gonna like die. There was some rumor, some guy that claims that he used to work or be a part of Poloniex, and he said that it's gonna go to crap. I don't know how true that is, or there's not really any insight on if he actually was a part of Poloniex, but I can't really tell you anything because I don't have anything in Poloniex. I don't care much for Poloniex. There's a big story put out a few hours ago about them being broke. Yeah, that's definitely the rumor. about them being broke. Maybe they were hacked. Maybe they haven't come to surface yet. Maybe they're going to do an exit scam. I don't know. I just don't have, I've never really trusted Poloniex, and there's always been kind of a lot of doubt and speculation on the Poloniex exchange because it's always had issues. It really has. I don't really remember one time where it hasn't had issues. Even I've been stuck with having issues. Like my coins have been stuck on Poloniex. Like they shut down certain coins periodically where you can't withdraw or trade them. It's kind of weird. No, you can trade them, but you can't withdraw them. Bittrex has never had that issue. So smart move stacking. I do recommend Bittrex 100% for all coins. Or I mean, I don't trade the top three. I don't have Ethereum, so it doesn't matter. But I don't trade my Bitcoin or Litecoin on Bittrex. I trade on GDAX for those cryptos. But for altcoins, I do trade those altcoins on Bittrex for the most part. Silver mines are closing. Mobile phones use silver. True. Yes, that is very true. The silver mines are struggling. Thing is, the government's either carbon tax you on it. Political being dead quiet is not helping. Yeah, Poloniex not making any new announcements about the exchange is kind of scary. Yeah, so you can't withdraw your coins from Poloniex. Plus, they're not making announcements. Plus, there's rumors. That's pretty scary. Paper derivatives are running out for physical silver. You know what you're talking about, Thesos. Definitely. Someone just asked how old I am. I am a college graduate. That is as much as I'm going to say. University graduate, actually. That doesn't really matter. You guys already know I've talked about college in one of my live streams. Silver must explode soon. I think so. Silver goodbye. His Twitter account. Let's see what else we got here. Pretty like crypto and polo. See what else we got in the chat box. Physical silver is going to surprise everyone. Now we're talking about silver. No problem, Thesos. Take care. Thank you for tuning in. Now people are calling me Crypto Nakamoto. That's so funny. Oh no, that's Crypto Nakamoto. That's so funny. I didn't even know someone has that YouTube name. Being a minimalist, I like that. That's, yes. I value relationships and stuff in that category rather than material, 100%. Now, money, when it comes to money, definitely I'm an investor to improve my assets. I look at money as a security. I don't look at money as, you know, oh my gosh, I'm rich, I'm going to buy everything. I look at it as security and room for more investments. And silver to me, like physical silver to me is not something I'm looking for to explode. I actually hold it, I'm stacking it periodically, incrementally, as insurance almost. It's like an insurance. If you look at silver, if you buy silver for it to blow up, you are way off. It is at a good price now to hold it as like security or an insurance, not really in any way, shape, or form. You know, oh my gosh, it's not like stock trading or trading in general. And if you can't hold it in your hand, you don't own it. I'm kind of agreeing with that, but at the same time, I'm definitely with the crypto 110%. Internet is not going anywhere. Security is knowing that I don't have to wake up the next day thinking I'm going to be, you know, on the streets or whatever it may be. That's security for me. I think that the more security I have, the less stress I have. Refresh crypto Charlie Lee's Twitter page. I'll refresh it right now. Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of new things coming out right now. I'm sure I could be talking about a bunch of stuff. I just haven't gotten a chance. I think every hour there's something crazy coming out about cryptos. Oh, here's the quick upload. So we can watch, I'll be tuning in later tonight. Let's see what else he's posted. Video of Satoshi Late on CNBC. Yeah, I'll definitely be checking that out momentarily. Let's see what else we've got real quick. When you get time, can you briefly go over what this whole free Bitcoin Cash thing is? I think actually people are thinking about. Yeah, I talked about it at the beginning of this live stream. I really got into deep detail on this live stream very early on, and that's what I'm trying to do more often, because I know sometimes I'll be like doing a live stream and I won't even be talking because I'm doing some other thing. But I did talk about Bitcoin Cash and the free money, and I think it's total BS, in my opinion, of course. I don't think gold is as undervalued as silver, in my opinion. And people are actually like, that's why it bothered me. That person that commented on my video last time, they said that if I was really going to compare Litecoin being silver to Bitcoin's gold. Do you know what Litecoin silver to Bitcoin gold mean? Bitcoin being gold, not gold the commodity, not silver the commodity. Two very different things. Two very different things. And they're saying that if Litecoin was going to be, silver to gold, which I meant Bitcoin's gold, Litecoin would be less in value, lower in value, like not at the price that it is now. So I don't know what the heck that was about. But moving forward, I'm not going to get stuck up on crazy comments. I don't have time for that. I mean, I've done research, but there seems to be a 50-50 opinion about this entire Bitcoin Cash situation. I don't think it's 50-50, in my opinion. I think that, especially with the fact that there's a lot of people that aren't even in the crypto space right now, let alone Bitcoin, simply because they're actually more or less being smart, waiting for the dust to settle with Bitcoin. So I don't think it's 50-50 at all. I think there's so many different moving objects. There's people over here that have a lot of money that have fiat. They're waiting to put into cryptocurrencies once the dust settles. There's people that think they're going to get free money from Bitcoin Cash, which I think is absurd. There's a small amount of people, which is the most absurd, that think Bitcoin Cash is going to butt heads with Litecoin or destroy and deem Litecoin usage, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. And then there's people that think that they're just going to invest in Bitcoin regardless because they just know that the value is going to go up, which I think that's completely true. So let's see. I have one Bitcoin on Bittrex, but I'm not sure if I should hold it on the exchange. I'll listen to the beginning when you upload it. I wouldn't advise holding any cryptocurrencies on exchanges. And I'm not even sure if Bittrex is limiting withdrawals yet or already when it comes to, because I think most exchanges are limiting the withdrawals of Bitcoin. So we can check this real quick. I'm pretty sure people have had their time, their ability. There's more than enough announcements to take your Bitcoin off of the exchanges. And I'm sure even GDAX, I think your Bitcoin is now stuck on Bitcoin stuck on GDAX. I'm not sure exactly when they're going to be cutting it off, the withdrawals and deposits. So you guys are just tuning in. Like I said, make sure to check out my other live streams. Like this video, interact in the chat box. And if you missed this live stream, just watch the beginning. You can always rewind it. And then once you've seen enough or whatever, you can come back to where we are right now. Thank you guys for tuning in and just giving me massive support. It's crazy and awesome to see. Thank you guys so much. Let's see, how long should we wait to buy coins again? I don't know if you mean Prab. I don't know if you mean Bitcoin or altcoins, but it's really relatively on the same page. I think once we see Bitcoin booming, and this is the thing, and I want to talk about this, and I've already kind of talked about this, is someone already commented in the chat box. They said that we could see a fat dump with altcoins, regardless of what coin it is. We could see a fat dump. Is Litecoin still piggyback riding, following Bitcoin's every move? Well, it's actually kind of new that it's doing that, but yes, it is. So if Bitcoin decides to just fall off the face of the earth, I think that regardless, even if it's Litecoin, I think altcoins will take a dip. How big will that dip be? I don't know. But see, the thing is, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think in any way, shape, or form that Bitcoin is going, or any coins are going to take fat dips. I think that, well, not any coins, but Bitcoin namely, and I think Litecoin is just at the top of the totem pole. But there's the possibility there. I think that there's so much speculation and chaos that and so many big investors getting into the crypto space, waiting to get into crypto space. We've got regulation taking place. Honestly, and I hate to say it, because people like to have some type of assurance. You guys already know my assurance, my personal opinions, but this is like the slim possibility of there just being a fat tank, massive tank in all the coins. And is that likely to happen? No, it's not likely to happen at all. But there's still possibilities there. There's possibilities for many things, but the possibilities are more bullish than they are bearish. Thank you, Shade. Yeah, most people, honestly, especially newcomers that have been hearing in the media and everything, I'm telling you, there's a lot of people, especially with market, what is it called? There's a market news or something like that. It's a website. I can't think of it because I can't think. But they are like the stock market main media outlet for the US, and they've been talking about Bitcoin left and right. But I'm sure people, obviously, at least people with a lot of money that are smart, are going to do the research before they invest in something, okay? They're not going to just jump into something with a lot of money, or they're going to have someone do the research for them and give them feedback. And I think most people are staying out of the crypto space as a whole, regardless, simply because they want the dust to settle. I'm not saying sell your altcoins, no. I still have my altcoins. I'm just saying I'm not investing in more of them for this next big bull run. We're going to see a collective big bull run coming up once the dust settles. But I think Litecoin is taking the lead. Am I saying that Litecoin is replacing Bitcoin? Not a chance. I'm not saying that at all. Possibilities there, but it's very, very unlikely. But I think we're going to see a huge bull run from all of this craziness and chaos and dumps and bearish trends and uncertainty. We're going to see a huge bull run once the dust settles. So that's something to look out for. And I'll obviously be making live streams in the time being and leading up to the days that I will be investing more into altcoins and into Bitcoin. So just keep that in mind. And you can watch earlier in this live stream on where I stand with my altcoins and my Bitcoin. I don't have Bitcoin right now. I'm waiting for the dust to settle. I do have my Litecoin. I'm not investing in more Litecoin until the dust settles, until we see some promising movements on the charts. And altcoins, I have my altcoins and I have my stop loss orders for my altcoins that I purchased at a lower price than they are right now. And I will be investing in altcoins for this next big bull run because, of course, altcoins like triple in price when Bitcoin just takes a massive bull run. And we all know that. The interview of Charlie wasn't that great. That's unfortunate, but I didn't think that there was going to be announcements on the interview or whatever. Wasn't really planning on there being announcements for that interview. I just thought that he's doing an interview, there could be a possibility, but I think that tomorrow there's a good possibility of announcements, big possibility of announcements. But if not tomorrow, we're going to see announcements come throughout incrementally through the month of August, if not bundled, which would be just massive in my opinion. So look into BitBay I will look into BitBay. I've never used BitBay and it's not as big as of a platform as some other ones, but I will look into them. Check the Bitcoin price. I will check the Bitcoin price. I'm like only looking at the chat box. I'm not really looking at everything else. The Bitcoin price is still at around $2,800. It hasn't really moved. Wow, that's crazy. Alligator teeth. Yeah, so there hasn't been much movement. We did go up. We saw a small surge with Bitcoin, but not really much exciting. It's a waiting game. It is a waiting game, guys. Ethereum has been getting a lot of media attention, but there's also much more fear with Bitcoin and Ethereum than there is with Litecoin. Litecoin just has a clean slate. But then it's the fact that people are coming in with the Bitcoin Cash thing, taking over Litecoin or whatever, which is kind of a little bit of a negating factor for Litecoin, which is not in the least a negating factor for me. And I don't think it's 50-50 at all. Or I don't even think that you guys were saying that. But yeah, Ethereum has been gaining spotlight, of course. We've seen it on some of the bigger mainstream media outlets like CNBC and such. But we've also seen Litecoin taking some big moves. And I think that, obviously we already have the looming second fork for Bitcoin, which is scary. So Ethereum and Bitcoin I think Bitcoin is probably the most scary right now, fearful, like fear mongering, and then Ethereum would take in second place, and then Litecoin would just be Litecoin. It's just Litecoin. But yeah, the looming second fork, I think we could see even more interesting things, which is going to be awesome to make videos on. Use Shapeshift all the time. No, I think Shapeshift's great. I think Exodus is great. It's not a wallet that I use to store or cold store my cryptocurrencies, just because it's a relatively new wallet. If I was going to recommend any wallet to any of my viewers for Litecoin, it would be the Electrum Litecoin wallet if you don't have a hardware wallet. But over the Electrum Litecoin wallet, I would recommend the paper wallet, but you need to know what you're doing if you're going to create one of those. Paper wallet's the safest wallet. Yeah, paper wallet's the safest wallet. And the Electrum Litecoin wallet is very good. Very good. I love the Electrum Litecoin wallet. That's where I hold temporary coins if I'm planning on temporary Litecoins if I'm planning on swing trading them. And I've said in one of my earlier live streams, I never swing trade my full inventory. The Litecoin core wallet is also good on the Litecoin website, but I never swing trade my full inventory. And there's tons of reason why, but I always swing trade a portion of my Litecoin because you're not risking as much, if there wasn't as big as a dip, because there's so much volatility and uncertainty that I would be actually lowering my inventory of Litecoin rather than gaining inventory if there was a failed dip. So I don't swing trade my full inventory ever, unless there's some crazy thing that happens, and I'd probably be tuning in right away on YouTube, freaking out about it. But I don't think there's anything that crazy ever, and not in my mind right now, at least, that's gonna happen. So thank you, Jimmy. Thank you so much. Is it still worth it to mine Litecoin? I think mining is still very beneficial. 110%. I think that you do spend a lot of money for the setup, and I think you spend a lot of money on electricity and such. But I think in the long haul, I think where we are in cryptocurrencies, we're in the .com era. We're like in the very beginning, guys. So I think that regardless, we're gonna see some fat gains, some fat changes, some big changes, which is why I'm tracking this stuff almost as a freaking full-time job. I mean, I do this probably half as much as I do my real estate, but I do my real estate a lot. That's my day job, and this is like my night job, so I don't really get sleep. But let's see what else we got here. It's great to move into alts without using exchange. Is it still worth it to mine Litecoin? I just said that, yeah, I think it's still worth it. If you have a mining rig or you're able to get a discounted one or whatever, I think that there's definitely benefits of mining, 100%, especially for the long-term haul, for sure. I think the money you put in is going to not be nearly as much as the money that you put out. And you can also do contracts, mining contracts, which is also a good alternative. A lot of them are sold out actually for Litecoin. I use a Ledger Nano S. That's an awesome hardware wallet. The Trezor is also very good. There are newer hardware wallets, but they're just not as reputable, and I stay away from anything that's not reputable. I stay with something that's got a foundation to it. BTC Electrum wallet, yeah, the Electrum wallet has both BTC and LTC wallets, and I like them a lot. They've been around for a while, and there's a lot of trust in those wallets. If you guys are just tuning in, you guys can watch the beginning of this live stream. There's a lot of great content at the beginning. Like this video, interact in the chat box. I'm going to stick around for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to end the stream. I really want to watch that Charlie Lee video. And then, yeah, check out some of my other live streams as well. If you haven't already, definitely like this video. And I'm going to see what else we got in this chat box real quick. Yes, Bitman, thank you. I will check my messages. I won't leave you hanging. I definitely, you already know that I called you out at the beginning. Thank you so much for the intro once again. It's an awesome intro, unbelievable. And I did tell you, Bitman, I sent you a message on some of the other things that maybe you could work on. I just don't have the time to do any of them. But definitely look at some of the other things that I messaged you on, because I'd like to see that as well, because I want to change some stuff up on my channel. So Bitman, if you saw that one message up from me, definitely look at it and reply to it. So I sent you 2 messages actually. If you guys don't already know, Bitman made the coolest intro. I'll show it to you guys real quick, and then I'm gonna see what else we got in the chat box, and then we're gonna wrap things up. And if you guys are just tuning in, definitely watch the beginning of this live stream. A lot of good content, and like this video. And also, I have my wallet address in the description if you feel so graceful to donate to keep me able to make as many live streams as I can. I want to devote as much time as I can to these live streams to get you guys updated. So I'm going to check real quick. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I want to show you guys the intro. It's really cool. Well, I know I'm using Google Hangouts right now. It seems to be the best for me at the current moment because I don't have any issues, but I've been trying to use OBS. I'm sure some of you guys know what OBS is. It's a live stream platform, but I'm going to show you guys the intro. It's freaking fantastic. It's extremely custom. I'm sure you guys have seen other cryptocurrency YouTubers with intros, but they're kind of like made off of a template. Well, this one is very custom and pretty neat. So shout out to Bitman for that. I'm going to play it real quick if I can find it. It's really cool. All right, I'm going to change the window real quick so you guys can see it. This is something you're going to be seeing in the future. Let's play it real quick. Alrighty, let's watch this. It's crazy. It's crazy. You guys are gonna be like, what? That's crazy. I feel like I'm a CNBC news anchor now. Like that's like candlesticks. The candlesticks in that intro is just insane. I've never seen that. All right, so did you guys see that? I don't even think you guys saw that. Did you guys see that, guys? I'm gonna play it one more time. I don't think you guys saw that. So people are like, what the heck? What the heck's going on? All right, I'll play it one more time. Pretty awesome. That is kick ass. All right, let's switch back over. I'm going to check the chat box one last time, and then if you guys are just tuning in, go ahead and watch the beginning. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I am Crypto Hedge. All right, let's see what else we got in the chat box. It's getting closer and closer to the Bitcoin split, man. I beat my computer is charging now. It was actually almost dying. Thank you. Yeah, it is sweet. All kudos to. There's a new version. All right, awesome. That is awesome, Bitman. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Yeah, I'm gonna be ending soon, Andrew. So I'm just gonna check the chat box for more questions, and then I'm gonna tune out, and then I'll probably be doing a live stream if you guys are just tuning in. I'm probably gonna do one at midnight tonight, possibly. If not, I'll be doing it in the morning. But I'm gonna be tracking this stuff to the T, and I really want to get you guys on your game, and I also just have to be on my game as well. So Brent Edwards, so what's the news? I've already gone through all of the content basically for now. If you want to watch the beginning of this live stream. It's not August 1st yet, Andrew. But watch the live stream. You'll get more information on what I was saying. Thank you, Sylvia. I will be using that intro in the future. Let's see what we got here. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Cryptograph Index. There's a lot of crypto YouTube channels. Kind of funny. I don't know if I was the first, or I don't know where I stand, but I think a lot of people have been making YouTube channels just in the past month. It's pretty crazy. You know, you guys already know what I've said about the YouTubers. Definitely watch that part of the live stream in regards to where you source your information. Not saying that I'm the gold, but I'm saying just watch the part of the live stream about the YouTubers, the new YouTubers, and Chaincoin and this and that. Low frame rate. There is a low frame rate right now, Bitman. I'm sure some of you guys didn't even see the intro. You made your intro from scratch. That's awesome. I'm like a Photoshop freak. I love Photoshop. I've been using Photoshop for years. I actually use it a lot in my line of work as a real estate agent and developer. So I just got in here, was wondering. Gracious, not graceful. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. Thank you, Anthony. Anthony, you're gonna be my grammatical guy. So whenever I say something wrong, you're gonna jump in. I'm sure I've said all sorts of grammatical incorrect stuff. I try to talk so fast and so much, I just like don't make sense sometimes. But I get the point across. If Bitcoin has such a direct effect on Litecoin, causing mostly relative parallel moves, why would you hold any BTC? Simply because Bitcoin is the coin. It is the cryptocurrency coin. It is the biggest coin, most important coin, most well-known coin, et cetera, et cetera. So that is really why. I mean, we couldn't just, it's not as easy to think Litecoin is going to replace Bitcoin. That is like a huge stretch. And I'm sure people that are new think that, why not? Like, that doesn't even seem like that big of a deal. It's a huge deal. Unbelievable deal. And if that happens, man, I'll be like so excited, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm very unlikely. Chances of Litecoin replacing Bitcoin are like not even as close to the chances of Bitcoin Cash replacing Litecoin, in my opinion. All right, let's see what else we got here real quick, and then I'm not holding any Bitcoin right now. I'm just waiting for the dust to settle. I feel most comfortable with Litecoin, and I know that you guys. I've already told you that I have swing traded Litecoin. I occasionally swing trade Litecoin when I have a lot of certainty that I'm going to be able to buy at a dip, increasing my inventory of the Litecoin I already have. I've actually substantially increased my inventory, my holdings, if you will, of Litecoin from swing trading, especially from this past month. From the volatility. So it's really awesome to do that, but it's also risky if you don't have the certainty. I only do it if I have a certain amount of certainty. I don't just do it. You know, people do it like if there's a small dip, or like they think there's going to be an impending small dip, and I just don't take that risk. I don't want to. The objective is not to decrease your your holdings. You're losing if you do that. What if it doesn't settle? I think that it's going to. I think it's most likely, in my opinion, going to temporarily settle. I don't think that it's going to be a full tilt settle. I think it's actually going to take more than just the whole month of August for Bitcoin to settle, because there's still the fear of the next episode of another split happening, which is also a fear mongering or fear factor. So it's interesting times we're in, to be honest. Do I have to make any update to make an address or anything for my Trezor to get my BCC? I'm not too sure about Trezor. I do know the Ledger. I'm pretty sure the Ledger does. I don't have Bitcoin right now, so I don't know these things. And I'm sure I should know these things, but I believe the Ledger has opened their doors to Bitcoin Cash. And I'm absolutely sure. Always back up your wallet before you do any such updates. Period. If you're going to update your wallet, I don't care what wallet it is, you need to back it up. Make sure you have the private keys, and then update the wallet, because it will not be fun when there's a glitch or something happens where you lose all your coins because you didn't you didn't back up your wallet before updating it. And you should already have your wallet backed up to begin with if you're going to be putting your currency in a wallet. That's funny. T on you. All right. I'm a 39-year-old motion graphics designer. That's awesome, Bitman. If you guys are looking for anything with anything, honestly, I'm so impressed with Bitman. Yeah, I don't have a Trezor, so I don't know if it supports BCC. I'm almost positive Ledger does. All right, so Daniel's saying you just have to do a quick Google search with if whether or not Trezor supports BCC. I think that eventually, even though there's a lot of people that are not going to be even considering Bitcoin Cash, just like we saw with GDAX. I think there's going to be certain platforms, wallets, etc., that aren't going to even consider it, and probably not ever going to. And then there's going to be some that are saying that they're not going to now, and then they are. And then there's some that are just already supporting it. So, photographer in Paris currently working on Photoshop while listening to your stream. Thank you, Tim. Thank you guys for the massive support. I see there's so many new faces here in the chat box. It's really awesome to see. Thank you guys so much for the support. If you guys are new, make sure to check out some of my other live streams. If you missed this live stream, watch it from the beginning, like this video. If you have any more quick questions, concerns, or opinions, throw them in the chat box because I'm going to be tuning out shortly. I'm going to look at the prices real quick, waiting for the chat box to get any new traction. And this is just one exchange. I'm looking at the price chart for just one exchange. There's multiple exchanges, guys. I'm going to show you real quick what I'm talking about. A lot of people are saying to look at the CNY currency. Hold on one second. New here, thank you for joining in behind the cloud. Team Litecoin, of course. Nice volume today too. Impressive for a day before the split. But I think that I already told you guys. I think we're going to see some rising going on the very last days of July, which was what we're kind of seeing just today. I thought last weekend we were going to see some sort of traction and influx of volume, but that didn't happen. It was kind of just sideways movement, and now we saw today, which is Monday, some nice volume on the cryptocurrency. So yeah, these are all ICOs. You guys already know if you watched my last live stream. Lending Club, I don't know what that is. All right, so let's see, 246 million in volume. That is crazy. That's very nice to see. All right, let's look at this. A lot of people have been saying to look at this currency over USD to Litecoin rather. So I don't really know why people are doing that. I've looked at it multiple times, but I see that usually when we see these top volume exchanges, when their prices are higher, these other exchanges usually follow. So usually, in my opinion, these top two exchanges are usually ahead of the game, and then these other exchanges follow. It's kind of weird. It's kind of speculation, but if you kind of look at it, you'll kind of see look at it over time and look at that page that I'm showing you, you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyone see Charlie on CNBC? I'm gonna be watching it right after this. Welcome, Kevin Claypool. I don't know what your question is there. Yes, that I see what you're saying, Kevin. This is a good place to watch it as well. Actually, you guys should jot down this this website. This is a good website to look at for volume and price fluctuation. Interesting stuff. I'm actually going to save that address. It's cryptowatt.ch. Interesting domain. And it's awesome to see so many tech savvy people. Someone made an aggregator. I wish I could show you. He made a website where you can watch any new news on Litecoin. It's really interesting. But yeah, this is a pretty good platform right here. Pretty good website to track. Kind of zoning out. I really want to see the Charlie video. Behind the cloud, watch the beginning of this live stream and also watch my last live stream. Depending on the fork, I already noted what I think, or in my opinions, based off the facts of what's going to happen. More so following trends rather than the charts, but following the charts as well. I mean, following the charts, all we can see is that Litecoin has been unbelievably sustainable. And then right now, a lot of things are being based off the trend movements, the trends in the community. So not a lot of movement right now. I think we're just gonna, a lot of people are grabbing the popcorn and sticking around to watch what goes down in regards to news. Not even, I don't think people are even looking at the Bitcoin fork split. I think that people are looking at news. So if you guys are just tuning in, you're gonna have to watch the beginning of the live stream. From the very beginning, I go straight into the content. I'm gonna be tuning out real quick in just a second. If you haven't already, liked this video. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Watch my other live streams. If you have a quick question, throw it in the chat box. I'm definitely going to be tuning out in just a second. I keep saying that, but I'm going to be tuning out. Thank you, Kevin. Everyone so far, to my knowledge, even some other YouTubers have mentioned my name. I'm like the Litecoin guy. I'm trying to make this channel really just cryptocurrency based off of all cryptocurrencies, but I'm sure you guys definitely know that I am 100% probably the most outspoken person on Litecoin. One of them, at least on YouTube. So people definitely know me as that person. Why does everybody like Litecoin right now? Because it's very strong, it's stable, it's safe. It has no negative issues on the platform and the community. There's no it's superior to the other top picks right now in regards to where it stands. It's undervalued. It's stable most of the time. Yes, of course there's volatility. There's going to be volatility with any cryptocurrency. But if we look at Litecoin, it's been just impressively stable. It's just been an impressive ride as a whole. And like I said, guys, it's an investment for me, not so much trading, but I did tell you guys I do swing trade Litecoin occasionally, but that's only if I'm certain. That's awesome, Bitman. Yes, Bitman has been around for a while. All right, Litecoin is Bay. Absolutely. Andrew, watch the beginning of the live stream. There's a lot of content at the beginning. I'm playing with a fidget spinner right now. It's my anxiety of the Bitcoin split. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Definitely one of my go-tos. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. What is this YouTube? Crypto charts. I might actually follow crypto charts. I'm actually gonna check real quick. There's someone that I follow that I'll tell you 2 YouTube channels that I follow that I personally think are the most unbiased. You know, they're not biased. So let me see. Crypto charts. I don't have crypto charts. I'll actually check out his videos after this. But I'm sure you guys know who Crypto News is. I think that he's great. I think that he's unbiased. And he updates frequently too, which is fantastic. So I tune into his. I don't really catch his live streams, but I tune into his videos and sometimes and see what he's talking about. because he has a good sense, and he knows what he's talking about when it comes to analysis and charts. So there's a lot of BSers, if you will, on YouTube that really don't know what they're talking about. And I don't want to sham anyone, but it's true, and I'm sure you guys have already found that out or find that out. I have no concern, Andrew, of Bitcoin Cash hurting Litecoin. I don't have any concern of that. I know that a lot of people are talking about that, and I did talk about it at the beginning of this live stream. I just don't think that it poses any threat, and I really went into detail in this live stream about why I don't think it poses even close to a threat. The only thing that it has right now is the fact that it's getting a lot of media exposure, and it's the fork of Bitcoin. But there's just it's a brand new coin. Watch the live stream, and you'll definitely get a lot more info. I'm going to be doing another live stream either at midnight tonight, probably midnight tonight, or tomorrow morning. So I'll definitely check out crypto charts stacking. Thank you guys for the support. I'm going to be tuning out now. Thank you so much for watching this live stream. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on this video if you are just coming in now, if you have questions and stuff, and watch some of my other live streams as well. Thank you so much, you guys, for the support, and I will be back very soon. Thank you.